Hey everyone. Welcome to the day stream. We're going back to the Mad Marshes. We're joined by our lovely DM Hex.
Hi.
It was very flirty tonight.
No.
Yes. We're joined
Maybe.
by our drunken fist monk, resident artist Arvad. God, I was gonna make like a Wu-Tang Clan like reference, but our lovely
It's
Nomad.
Hello, and Wu-Tang is forever.
Yeah. No, well, tiny. Or how Dave Chappelle said it. I don't know. We're also joined by our lovely Glitter,
Hello.
sparkling all over the place. And last but certainly least, joined by my brother in from another mother, I guess. The London man himself, Mr. Robot, Mr. T Robot. Sethimus. Or Sethy for the friends. Or Seth,
okay,
you know.
All right, keep it down, guys in the front. Okay, don't. Please,
Yeah,
please. Thank you
please
very
hold
much.
your applause. His ego is big enough.
Could get bigger.
Sir, please,
That's
this is
what
not-
Hex said just now to you, but you didn't want to send him that picture. So
This is-
I don't know. If, like,
He knows the subscription fee.
Oh my God.
How did
you've been talking to Glitter.
Have we been fighting? Are we adventuring or are we flirting?
Yes.
Yes.
Both, yes, yeah.
A resounding
Unfortunately,
yes.
the only one who couldn't make it tonight is Cody. He's got a head cold, apparently. We wish him the best, and I'm going to add another 30 minutes of cleanup detail to his punishment list.
He didn't ask to be sick. Give him some slack.
Punish the boy.
I know, but he needs to spend some time with his mama.
This is the way.
Yes, this is the way. Put my foot down. It's my right as a parent to make cringy jokes. And
Fair enough.
to demand some quality time. I got a new cable, by the way. It is 2 meters. No, 3. And it is a woven one this time. So even if I do accidentally step on it when I roll my chair back, I will bend the head. Oh, God. But yeah. I had little to no sleep. How well, you guys?
I woke up. I went to sleep. Sleep felt weird, and I woke up actually too early. So I went to bed at 11. Woke up around like 3:45, and I was like, let me go back to sleep. And then woke up at 7.
That slept pretty well.
Basically, yeah. Oh, nice!
Yeah.
I'm alive. Can't complain.
went to bed kind of late because of lessons. And then was tossing and turning because it was way too fucking warm, even though my AC was on. I'm like a human sort of like a furnace.
Insane.
Poor Cody.
I
Then-
could, yeah.
Then you have me who
I-
prefers the heat, so
I just could not find sleep, and I had a headache. And then I figured out, like, hey, did I take my meds today? And it turns out I didn't.
Oh yeah, that's a
And
pain.
2 hours, yeah, 2 hours later or something, after taking them, I fell asleep. And then I had my neck adjusted, and now I feel great.
Yay.
that's
Stop.
good.
How about you, Seth? Are you still in London? Are you still, like, you know, British? Oh, you're not? You're immigrating? Oh, they're Zoom in Belgium. Not to get into politics, but I hear they're accepting anyone these days.
Maybe. I'll put that on my I'll put that on my traveling list after Italy and Bora Bora.
You can take the Seth out of Britain, but you can never take the Britain out of the Seth.
This is true.
You can
Once I am free
take
to
the
leave
piss
the
out of the tea, but you
gulag.
can't take the tea out of the piss.
Once I am free to leave the gulag that is the United Kingdom, I might visit.
Oh, you mean the plane of rain?
I know what I said.
Actually, I shouldn't talk. Like, it's very rainy here as well.
Well, if you want reasonably cool weather, the tri-state area is great this time of year, and it's also close to your favorite type of weather, Matt. So, fall is not too far behind
Snow?
as the summer. Well, fall. The snow will come eventually,
okay.
although.
Autumn.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like rain. I just hate what it does to my hair.
I heard there's 104 days of summer vacation where you guys are in the tri-state area.
The school comes along just to end then.
So the endless problem of our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like maybe.
Well, you guys are singing. I'm going to grab a drink. Oh, why is my light yellow? Oh, fuck no. Is this not a 3.0 cable? No!
Uh-oh.
Rest in peace.
Fuck!
Aw.
Well,
Oh.
while Maddie attends to that, I'm gonna just say, well, I mean, should we? Nah, we should wait. What am I doing? Why am I trying to lead us in with that, Maddie?
Why am I hearing a xylophone?
Oh,
Yeah, somebody-
that's my wife's alarm to wake up.
Oh,
Sorry.
gee. No,
Thought Mariah
that's-
Carey was coming.
I thought you were like a TV show. We're about to start like the next segment.
Oh, Jesus. You know, that's actually not a bad idea, actually.
I had weird nightmarish flashbacks to Mariah Carey.
Oh god.
No.
She's defrosting as we speak right now.
What a sound.
Somebody get Mr. Freeze's ice gun. Keep her frozen as long as that before
Hurry
those
and
stomach
halt.
whales come in here.
Can we just
She
get
awakened.
that woman laid?
She
That
awakened
woman
earlier
doesn't
and
need to be
earlier.
laid. She has enough. She's got. Have you seen the baby she's made with Nick Cannon, along with the other women?
Apparently, it's not enough. Listen, when you
Well,
fondle
Nick-
of bodyguards, you're still horny.
Look, it's Nick Cannon. That man could literally. We left that man on an island of Amazonian women. They would come back and there would be more children there.
Mm.
Who's Nick Cannon again?
Okay, so Nick Cannon is rapper, TV producer,
Actor.
actor.
Former Nick Star.
Yeah,
Oh
And the
God, he
man-
got old.
yeah, and the man, of course, has, from what I recall, at least 11 children from 7 different women, if I'm not mistaken.
That
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
sound
thank
very
you.
responsible.
He's not
yeah,
a very
the man-
good father.
Well, he tries to make time for his
Google
kids.
says he's
Apparently
only
this
got
man-
3 kids.
Oh, really? Because I checked. Apparently he had at least 11 kids. One of them passed away.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, 12. One of them passed away during birth.
No.
But it's like, brother, I respect you taking the command from God to be fruitful and multiplying, but please save some women for the rest of us.
I mean, let's be honest here. A round of applause for his seed. Like, damn.
Yeah, I commend this man. It's impressive, but please slow down. It's not the world ain't ending yet.
Who the hell is Justina Valentine? What the fuck? I'm going down a rabbit hole, and I should really stop. Oh, there's a nipple.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
Surprise.
So,
Uh,
if we're ready, I could go ahead and.
Oh.
That's okay.
Hydrate.
I was just Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to the adventure.
Yeah. All right. Where we last left off, the 5 of you had finished off and managed to leave the orc encampment together after having spent some time here, celebrating your much-earned victory. You traveled across the landscape, making your way to Beerzen, where you had discovered that, for the moment at least, the town itself was under a bit of curfew, as your apparent warnings from previously from Foster had whipped the town into a quiet lockdown. In which case, once you arrived, you noticed a quiet the streets were despite the late evening when you did arrive. You made it to. Give me a second while I pull up the notes again because I keep forgetting for some reason the establishment that you guys are staying at. Okay, where is it? You guys made it to the Lazy Stalk, and I discovered it quite empty. And where you, well, all except for the one next who was temporarily drunk before once again Foster decided to solve that problem for him. You guys had a little minor talk. Dusk made his way up to the roof, and then all of you bedded down for the night. And now, with the sun beginning to crest across the horizon of Beerzen, all of you wake up in your little humble slices of oh god, I'm sorry, I'm still waking up. You all wake up
That's fine.
in your beds, in your respective beds. The real question is, with some time to yourselves, and you all, meet in the center of the tavern, where somebody else who's replaced Ignelli seems to be kind of hard at work at the bar, making sure to arrange the beer steins that appear to be behind the counter. This person appears to be a regular, just human, older male, fairly tall, about 6'1", so I don't know how to translate the meters, sorry, Maddie.
No.
But
That's
they're
fine.
fairly tall, and they appear to be adjusting the beer signs. They have their back turned to the rest of you, so it's up to you how you'll approach this individual. He does have short black hair, kind of cropped at the top, with a small amount of gray, like just teensy amount, just peeing through
So we've
here and
never
there.
seen him before?
You haven't seen this man before.
No. She hasn't
Or-
lost her job, has she?
I mean, do you want to go up and ask him?
As we come down from the room, I mean, we got bored, but we didn't get paid for food, so we'll just we'll get breakfast, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I just do the typical hotel visitor thing, and it's just like assume he's working here, and ask like, good morning. I trust we can get some breakfast.
Oh, he turns around as soon as you say good morning, and he extends a hand outward, and he smiles. He says, "Oh, good morning. How goes it?"
Well, the beds were nice and soft, so we got some good sleep for once.
Oh, that's good. That's
so-
good.
Yeah.
Breakfast is almost ready. I'm guessing you're a big fan of bacon, yes?
I am a big fan of bacon, yes. Just don't give my bacon any bacon. I don't want him
he-
to become a cannibal.
Yes. He looks really confused. Like he doesn't get that joke. I'm sure the rest of the party does, but he's
Just
like,
lean over and says, it's joke. It's my mount outside is named Bacon. There's a pig.
oh, you have pig. I saw him. I didn't know his name.
Oh, it's Bacon. And don't worry, I'll take care of him in a bit after I have breakfast.
That is quite funny. All right, sit down. Make yourselves home. I'll be right back. And then he begins to lumber into the you assume to be the kitchens.
I step outside so I can get Grimry back.
Really?
Wait, why do you have to step outside? Oh yeah, I just remembered. Okay, so Dusk, Grimmery is still curled up next to you inside your little blanket. By the way.
Aww.
Oh no, I'm up at this point. 3-point landing in front of her.
Good morning.
Tilt my head,
Uh,
nod it,
I just
and I suppose Grimmery is hidden somewhere on my
Like
person,
a cat in a blanket.
I
basically.
mean, what wasn't necessarily hidden decided to follow in your footsteps. So as soon as you do your 3-point landing and say hi, you see Grimmery just kind of like miss your shoulder completely and just kind of land on the floor.
Aw, darling. I scoop her up. I'm like, oh, my baby.
We'll work on that.
Oh,
yeah,
Rattle the cages.
this way. I just wake up before going to breakfast. I just wake up, stretch, and then go in a handstand. And then also further stretch from there, and then balance on one hand. Oh,
Easy peasy for you, monk.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bendy boy.
You're not going into like a horse stance.
That's after I just stretch on one hand.
Yeah, I get you.
All right, don't fail me now, internet. What is horse stance?
Oh,
See
it's
that?
use
Oh, it's
Save search on. Save search on.
You basically just you're in the squat position. You're holding it while extending your arms.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like leg training.
Yeah. And then
Nothing
I just-
dirty. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
With you, gotta be careful.
She's not that much of a brand risk.
yeah, not a very risk.
You know, just because you say it isn't always necessarily true. I could say, hey, I'm made of
Risk.
butter. I can say I'm made of butter, and that doesn't make that true, okay?
But
Well,
you're
you're
so
not-
buttery smooth.
I mean, say you eat a whole tub of butter. Technically, you are made of butter.
Why does this keep coming up? Wait,
The butter question?
No, the tub of butter.
Well, because
Why an
literally
entire
in the-
tub of butter?
What are you doing with the tub of butter?
Because usually most people
You
buy
bring
their
it
butter in an actual small tub of butter.
Yeah. No, but why
Yeah.
eat an entire tub of butter?
Some people are hungry like that. Plus, fat is delicious.
An entire tub of butter?
You'd be amazed. Some people
You'll
use recipes that require an entire tub of butter or.
Yeah, I'm
You're
sick.
speaking to Americans who deep fry butter. You really want to go down this
Gosh.
road?
Nah,
Well, not all of us. Not all of us. That's only those of us in the southern states. But we don't talk about
Oh,
I love that I make like one throwaway comment and we just run with it.
those are usually the best moments.
that. Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, so I gather a Grimmery, and I summon, or not summon, I beckon Dusk inside with us. Come on, we're having breakfast.
Yeah. As I'm
I just-
as I'm doing the horse dance, I just smell breakfast. It's like, oh, they must be serving breakfast.
Ooh.
I can continue this as soon as I eat. And I'll have more energy. And I just go down to get breakfast. And greet my fellow party members.
Mm.
Morning, Arvad.
So,
Morning, Arvad.
Good morning. I trust you all slept well.
We trust you did. We
Reasonably.
drank a lot.
Yeah. I really should Well, I do enjoy these nights where we do share ale. I'm really reevaluating my slight addiction to alcoholism.
Yes, yeah, about that. I thought it was part of your whole monk training thing, but you're just like addicted or something? When something happened?
Yes, and no.
Okay, that's pretty vague, but I'll take it.
I slide him some orange juice or whatever the fuck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
it's around
I
this
guess
time
we'll just
that...
leave Foster. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna sum it up by saying, this individual who's no one has asked his name yet, he does come out of the kitchen and he says, "Who wants breakfast?" And you see him like just bringing like a tray of just plates. It seems he at least was informed of you because this man just like magically knew there was like 6 of you here. Or wait, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 5 of you. He brings 5. Oh, fuck it, he has 6. He has 6 of plates with him of what appears to be a mixture of like lamb, eggs, bacon, and what seems to be a platter of just grapes that he sets down around a small table that seems to be further away
Lovely.
from the center of the house. Or, sorry, from the center of the where the library is that's set up for the kids. He sets stuff down. He sets it in front of a few different chairs. He has to grab one temporarily and set it in front of it because there weren't enough chairs around for this table. But after he sets everything up, including the platter in the center of the table, he proceeds to sit down at it and he begins to eat himself. So, up to you if you join him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm a tall lady with a lot of muscle. I need my fuel.
Yeah, let's go join him.
Agreed.
I slap Arvad and Dusk on their backs. Come on, boys. Time to eat.
Oh, good. I'm starving.
I walk over, throw some meat on a plate, and take a corner of the room, and I eye up the room like a prisoner's first day in prison.
Fair
The
enough.
biggest one in the yard.
You
The oh, what, me?
If it has to be.
You
Look
understand
at
this?
you and
You understand if
not my head. And I say, I'm a bit too old for you, Dusk.
Sorry, old habit.
old habits.
Oh, well, not that old.
He'll shrug his shoulders.
These days.
Oh, I'm also eating this like just hand in bowl, scoop it straight in. Like no utensils. This is not a pretty sight.
Where
And
did
I'm
you
just
learn this? You have... Like, I'm a raven and I have manners.
Mind you, just like at least wipe your face.
If he makes a mess, I
Yeah,
threaten
just
to come
hands
at him with like a towelie.
Yeah, just hands him a napkin. I just like, if eating with your hands is fine. Eating with your hands is not that bad,
Yeah,
but at least eat with some.
Yeah,
eat
either
with some
you wipe it
decency.
or I wipe it for you.
You heard her.
Yeah, I'm taking my own little 5 minutes. Come here. Ooh.
I'm feeding
If
Grimmer
anyone-
from my plate.
If anyone tries to approach me to clean me, I'm backing away rapidly.
He's
You're
like
in
a
a
cat.
corner.
He's just backing up. He's backing up. He's like, yes.
You were in a corner.
Yeah, you know what happens with animals in corners, don't you?
What
Yeah,
are
I'm
you, a
like
cat?
3 times your size. Try me.
It's like I'm just thinking to my mind: Is this boy some housebroken cat?
He's just like edgy, stuck in the 2000s or something.
No one understands him.
Give him. Yeah, he'll grow out of it eventually.
It's not a phase.
God, I see him like starting like a goth band, a tribute band for like the Raven Queen.
Yeah, she just gets one bar that is
In
doing
black,
screamo.
she feels my pain.
You just see another bard with just doing all the metal screaming.
Oh Jesus! Oh, and he's like the baby vocals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or he's on the drum set because smashing things.
Why
So-
not post? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So, after you all relatively kind of get your food and your sitting situation situated. Oh man, that's a tongue twister. After
Yeah.
you sit down, this individual that you don't know, who would you say is sitting next to him? Out of curiosity.
I'll sit next to him.
I just took any old random chair. Yeah, so. I guess I'll just sit next to Zidrulia, but she's like next to him.
I'll say for the purposes of this, he does with his mouth kind of like a little bit full after you decide to sit down and begin eating, and he notices you. He tries to talk through his mind, and then he remembers he's still eating. It takes a second, finishes, and he says, I am Gotu," and he extends his hand out to use Zerulia.
You too. Hello, I'm Zerulia. Nice to meet you, and thank you for the breakfast.
Nice to meet you. Lady Ignelli told me that all of you were here.
Oh, Nelly, she's wonderful.
Yes, I fill in when she go to bed.
Oh, good. She's resting.
Oh.
I-
He's taking
I
the
know it
morning
might
shift.
Yeah, he's the morning client. He's morning shift. That's the easiest way to. You see, it all makes sense. I swear, I'm not just throwing random characters in for fun.
And what did you
We
say his
trust
name
you.
was? Go to?
Go to G. Do you want the spelling?
Sure.
Okay, it's
if he's our go-to
Gohtu.
guy. Haha.
Oh, you know my nickname. I am the go-to guy. Who told you?
Oh, it's self-explanatory, friend, and I just like lift a mug to him.
Man, this drow poison looking mighty fine right now.
This drought poison is gonna do the job.
Please don't. You have
We
too much
have
to live
drow
for.
poison?
I didn't even know that was in our inventory. If anything,
Well,
you have more to live for.
That's a secret for later.
I mean, it's
It's
just
secret
for
to have
sleepies.
Anyway,
Mhm.
so I check. Anyway, go to. I'm assuming you also work here along on our dear Nelly.
Yes, I work with her almost a year now.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for making breakfast. Most appreciated.
Yes, I cook well. Anyways, he seems to have like wolfed down his food, so even if some of you are like halfway through at probably the fastest you guys trying to enjoy this, he's just completely done. He says, "I clear plate now. Bring plates and glasses to counter. I'll clean them off. Yeah." And then he's immediately like going over to the bar and setting stuff down there. He appears to be taking some glasses that are plateware that might have been left over from last night, and he brings it into the kitchen. He's just working, so if you want to interact with him, you might need to go up to the bar.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God. But there's so much I want to say, but out of respect for Foster, I won't. But I just toss out to the party like, so what's our plan for today? We were supposed to meet Jens,
Yes.
That's right.
or like Ekram Falk,
Yeah, Ekram.
right?
actually.
Am I dreaming this?
No, we were supposed to meet Ekram. We haven't been in touch with him since we left.
I believe we see Enzo this afternoon.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we have some time to just loiter.
Right then.
It sounds like it.
But yeah, you're supposed to
Yes.
meet. You guys are right. You're meeting Yenzo late in the late afternoon, somewhere at some point, and then you still need to speak with Ekram Falk. But otherwise, you guys have free time to yourselves. It's up to you if you guys want to do anything at this point. You guys are essentially in free roam.
Well, I don't really have any money. I would have loved to look at my armor. Foster is taking a look at it, I know, but still, I'm sure like the materials he'd need. I only have
believe-
6 gold currently.
I believe that Ekram had the other half of the reward to give us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like after I have, acquired some funding, I could maybe look at buying some new equipment. I don't know.
Sounds like a good idea.
Like currently, I'm just fine laying about. Like, take it slow, enjoy life a little bit. Then again, if anyone needs me, I'll just happily come with you.
Right. I'm going.
Dusk, you need. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, if anyone needs me, I'll also be on the. I'll be on the roof, meditating.
On the roof.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day outside. Like the sun will provide. I had some nice state for a calm mind. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
That
Yeah,
roof is
I
getting
wouldn't
mighty
mind.
popular.
oh yeah, it's just like Dusk's brooding spot, isn't it?
It's like a local hippie spot now. Just because I showed up there, now everyone wants to show up. Great.
Trendsetter.
I lean into Zerulia, and I ask, like,
Mm.
does Dusk think he's a bird?
think he might be.
He worships a
Oh.
bird. Big difference, God.
I just lean in there and say,
I don't know.
if he is, I just lean in there and say, if he is, I wouldn't be surprised. Although I'm willing to wager he's more like a housebroken cat.
I mean, there could be some Kenko in his family. We don't know.
Hmm.
We don't know his parents.
That is true.
Or
So when
maybe
would
he
you
could,
guys
like
like-
have been raised by Kenku? I don't know. Oh, sorry, Zero. I interrupted you.
When would you all like to go see Ekram? I'm rather looking forward to it.
Didn't Genzo say that we had to wait a few days? And this is also a question to the DM. I can't remember.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, I don't think he told you to wait a few days to speak with, he told you to wait a few days for your guys' reward from the town itself. I don't think he told you to, like, don't go get your reward from, Ekram, because I don't think he, yeah, he doesn't mention it before, so you don't think he necessarily knows your business interaction / relationship with Ekram. Or if he does, he's never brought it up.
I mean, in that case, I would very much like to go get the money.
I take my plate up to the
Get
bar.
paid.
Grimry helped me eat it
Oh,
really
yeah,
fast.
I do the same.
Probably only like a third of mine, and Grimry ate the rest.
My plate is spot clean, so I just leave it at the bar end. Because monks in high metabolism.
I make sure to mother Dusk a bit more and say, like, come on, eat everything up, huh? We have to go get our money.
I've already finished the food before all of you.
I'm just
Ate
like,
everything.
I just look at the food. I just look at the plate, look at him, and I'm just like, where does this all go?
I mean,
you're going to
he
get indigestion that way.
he's- I don't think he chews. Like, it's like a bird thing.
Like a vulture?
Or
Yeah,
even,
kind of. Like like a chicken.
He's more like a
some
raven
sort
or a
of weird
magpie.
pigeon. Or seagull.
Dusk returns the plates
You
and
really
walks
need to-
past these people, rolling his eyes.
They really need to have a little chat with this boy.
Give him time. Maybe he's eager to explore the town or something.
Oh, you think he has like a little girlfriend or something?
Well, he could, but
I mean, old
I'm not-
boyfriend,
he
he doesn't
hasn't
seem
to-
to have a gag reflex. So,
Well-
I mean,
in the monastery they tell us love comes in many forms. So perhaps
oh,
not.
I don't judge.
Maybe we could ask him.
Maybe we could ask him if he were more open to talking. What is happening? Oh, I should be better now.
I suppose.
Wouldn't you on the roof? You can meditate after we go collect our coin, huh?
Sounds good.
Alright, off to Ekram Falk. Dusk, are you coming with or going to the graveyard?
You see if the doors are saloon style, like Western, they're flapping in the wind. They've already left.
Haha, you've already gone.
I send
Well.
Grimry after him again.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone so happy to visit the realms of the dead.
I mean, that's the only place I'm sure he won't get lost at because it's like gloomy and edgy. He probably remembers where it is.
Alright, so since the four of you are still at the tavern, I'm just gonna quickly ask. So, Dusk, buddy,
Yep.
where are you going?
I'm heading to the graveyard. Well, the house by the graveyard.
Got it. And I'm guessing the rest of you are technically following him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, cool. So, it doesn't take you long. It's thankfully the house is a lot closer than the graveyard itself. It's about probably 10 to 15 minutes outside of town. and you guys have already traveled this area, so you know it takes you. Well, it doesn't take you too long to get there. Once again, you see the door slightly ajar. Everything else still is in its disheveled place. It's as ramshackle as when you first initially arrived many days ago.
Oh, I see this place. This place hasn't changed since we last left.
I look
Old man.
around. Oh, go ahead.
The old man really needs to hire some housekeeping.
I look around for that little goblin he had in his servitude, the little whelp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm guessing you press your face against one of the windows, looking on the inside, or.
Yeah, I'm looking. Well, they said the door is ajar, so I'm just kind of peeking in.
Oh, okay. You're just leaning into it and checking it out. At the moment, it looks pretty quiet. Everything looks as you once left it. There do appear to be some books placed on top of one of the far off tables. But other than that, there's not really that much of a difference between when you were here last time to now.
I'm gonna go ahead and knock on the door, even though it's open.
All right. You just give a resounding knock against wood, literally. Nothing really stirs for about 30 to 40 seconds.
In those 30 seconds, I lean over and say, one more thing. Grix, stay close to Zerulia when we're in town.
I put my hand on Greg's head, like, yeah, good boy.
No.
And Grix, who at this point managed to magically get an entire pot, like an iron pot, and he's wearing it on his head when you go to pat on it, he's like, yes, sir.
I just look
Where
at him
did you-
Mhm.
It's like,
Do I recognize that pot?
I
You know what? No. You know what? Never mind. As long as I don't know where it came from, I cannot be implicated in the crime.
I mean, that's
I
one
just
way to look
him,
at
I
it.
just
That's Greg's pot.
I
now.
just look at him and it's just like, oh boy.
Brick's
He keeps acquiring stuff. We just don't know where he gets it from. Okay. So after about 30 to 40 seconds, it was relative quiet. You do go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick, Zerulia, because you're the one clearly peeking through the door. So, assuming, does anyone want to else peek through the door, or even maybe move it up in a little bit more?
Oh,
I want to
Scooby-Doo this
find anything
perception
just
check,
knocking
guys.
at the door.
Yeah, perception.
Ooh, someone bought some dices.
I'm also gonna roll for perception.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that's an actual 20.
Let's go.
I'm 20 now.
Awesome.
One with everything.
Does anyone else want to give it a real quick roll, or are we good here?
Nope, we're good.
All right. So, Zerulia, Arvad, the both of you see this. Arvad, you hear it before it happens. You hear what sounds like the creaking of wood, as if pressure is being applied somewhere. Zerulia, you don't hear this, but you do end up seeing the end result of what's going on. You see from the staircase on the little far left side of the room itself, you see what could be a goblin head peeking down from, what was it, one of the steps, as if they're like leaning down and looking at the door. And you know that this appears to be the goblin child. The both of you see this, of course. You see this individual just kind of peeking down from up top, looking down at. Not necessarily. He doesn't seem to have noticed the both of you peeking through the door, but he's just looking at the door itself.
I'm gonna knock a little again.
When you knock for a few seconds, he does kind of like briefly in his skittish manner, just seems to kind of like pull back for a second before realizing you haven't really entered. So he proceeds to kind of call out, "Hello."
Are you okay in there?
Yes. Oh, and the minute you speak out, he seems like a part of his brain like activates. He's like, "Oh wait, no, I know these people," and he begins to kind of like get up and stop being nervous, he does begin to hop down the steps and immediately move to the door, lightly pushing open the door for the rest of you. He says, well, why are you here?
We've come to see the old man. Is he in?
He went for his walk.
He-
He's at the graveyard.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, we'll have to go to the graveyard then.
At this. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
I crouch down like on my knees a little bit, and I get eye level with the little goblin, and I say, "What exactly is your relationship with Akram?"
He took me in.
Oh, good. Okay. And I ruffle his head a little bit, like I'm ruffling his hair, ruffle his ears. And just making sure you're okay.
When you go to lean down and pat him on the head, or ruffle his hair, because he does have a small tuft of dark grayish hair, exuding from the top. You hear the whirring of gears. Huh?
Sorry, I was yawning.
Okay. You hear the
I'm
whirring
really
of
tired,
gears.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
it's all right.
You hear the whirring of gears and suddenly the flapping of wings of some sort when you see what appears to be a metallic bat of some sort with a head of just like what appears to be metal folds just kind of like attached together to kind of form the sonar ears, and what appears to be leather and metal ringing the leather just as it begins to kind of like fly at you. And just as it's about to make contact, you see the little goblin child say, "No, they're friend, and he seems to be kind of like waving his hands around, forcing the metallic flying bat of some sort, the clockwork bat, to essentially flap around and veer away from almost striking at you, Zerulio. And he appears to be kind of like flying in the air in a quick circle before finding his perch in the corner of the room up on the rafters.
Okay, I whip back and kind of fall on the porch a little bit because I just did not expect something to fly at my
Aw.
face.
Just grab,
Mm.
just support Celuria, and I'm like, what in the Sam Hill
so
is
what
that
hair?
thing?
Akram kept them here to make sure I'm safe. They're nice, and
Aw.
he begins to kind of like he wolf whistles, putting his his middle finger and thumb into his mouth, giving a brief whistle, and then you see all of them begin to come to life. There appear to be 4 to 5 little clockwork contraptions that mimic life to some degree, and you could probably tell that they're probably the defense mechanism from this house when Ekram himself is not here. It appears to be a bat. A metallic raven with a big, giant, glowing red eye. What appears to be a little crawling like worm thing with wheels attached to either end that helps it propel itself quickly forward and around with a big mouth in front. Let's see, and then he has 2 little like almost circular things with big giant like cone like hats and arms and legs with small little what appear to be like tiny pitchforks attached to their what you could only assume to be their circular hands that seem to be kind of marching forward and seem to line up in a row for him to kind of command.
Huh.
With Arvad's help, I get to my feet, and I'm just like, that is adorable.
And dangerous.
No.
I'll make
They're nice.
The thing could have taken your head off.
Yeah, but it didn't. And look at them, they're listening to him. It's very cute.
I just look at Zoria, I just look at these things, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have a word with the old man in regards to how he treats his
Oh.
guest.
Dance. And he, like now that he's happy, he just like calls out of nowhere, seeing that he has your attention for a second, tells them to dance, and they the gnome things, little tiny circular gnomes begin to kind of go up and down. What was it? A little worm thing on wheels appears to kind of like, tip from left to right, almost like, it's dancing in place. The bat just starts doing loop-de-loops up in the air. It seems to be a weird little dancing spectacle that you're not sure who programmed that into them, but they are now attempting to entertain you.
Aw, I clap a little to the
Aw.
beat of the notes going up and down.
Mm.
I'm absolutely enthralled.
Like I said,
Yeah.
just whirring gears. All of you hear this as these things try to mimic dancing.
They're the best of movies.
That's kind of nice.
So Ekram made these?
You would have-
Are you asking me, the DM, or are you asking the kid?
Oh, sorry, I was in character asking the kid.
Oh, okay, cool. Just checking. All right. He says, I don't know actually. He just had them when he brought me here.
Oh, lucky for
Kind
you.
of like
they're-
Geppetto. If he does. Or if he
a very
did.
grouchy, a very grouchy Geppetto.
Yeah, it was like swarms and swarms of ravens.
Yeah.
All right, and what was your name again, little guy?
He calls me Doofus.
Okay.
Oh, no!
See, now I want to give the old man a piece of my mind. Possibly
Yeah,
give
now
him
I
the
got
quarter
questions
staff.
too.
Why did he call him Doofus, and why do you have an adopted goblin child?
Oh.
You guys didn't ask him when he first came here, so I was like, okay, I guess they don't care about that detail.
Well,
I think it must have
We're-
slipped our mind. No.
Well, kiddo, we're going to go talk to Ekram. Do you want to stay here?
I mean, I'm supposed to be studying, and he seems to like put his hands like behind his back, and he's like almost like puts his head down. Yeah, he seems to be nervous about something.
Oh, have you not been studying?
It's just really hard to read what he puts down.
Is that to say I can't read? You think,
Aw.
oh no.
He said to practice my letters and numbers, and I don't know, that's boring.
See, now I want to
I
stay
just
here and
wanna
just help him
try
learn to read.
Yeah, me too.
That's what we're doing now.
Oh god, your motherly instincts kicked in. What have I done?
Oh.
you should have known better. But I just lean into the little goblin. I'm just like, look, knowledge is a tool. Sometimes it's boring, but you never know when you can use it. So think of it this way: the more you learn, the stronger you'll be. It's like building muscles.
Yeah, right, Dusk?
Yeah,
Huh?
don't be like Dusk.
Sorry.
What are you eating? Or are you having another curry?
Dusk puts away the jerky.
I just
No.
I just look. So I just look back at the little goblin. And just be like, I'll tell you what. If you're able to read and practice too, and the next time we come back, maybe I'll teach you. I can teach you how to do this. And I just step back and do a backflip.
Go ahead and... Okay, you complete the backflip, but I do want you to do me a favor. Roll me a performance check.
No,
There
to
we
see
go.
if he's impressed.
Actually, roll it at advantage. So go ahead and roll it that at advantage. Or roll it again. Oh, nice.
All right. So roll again at.
Well, just roll again. Don't form an advantage. You already rolled once, so just go ahead and roll the second one, and we'll see which one's the higher one. Well, and we'll pick that. Yeah, we're gonna take the 18.
Oh, you Shadow. Sorry.
So, yeah, no, you're good. So you take a brief moment and you wink at him before you immediately do your backflip. 3-point landing, or sorry, 3-point landing. Easily, you set him, and he begins to you see his eyes just kind of go wide, and he begins to kind of clap. Oh, again.
So it's like
Oh.
this is. So for the first, this is just for the first time. You learn how to read properly and write properly, and then come back here. I'll show you how to do this and possibly more, if you're willing to learn.
He seems to like shake his head very vigorously. Clearly, like he's like, yeah.
Right then, just pats him on the head.
Adorable.
Learn the best. Learn as hard and as
something
best as you
that-
can.
Yeah, for something that we just learned his name is Doofus, this is surprisingly wholesome.
Gotta have wholesome moments in D&D, right?
That is true.
It does offset the trauma I, as the DM, am forced to introduce to all of you.
One more thing before we go, kiddo. Is there anything you'd like us to call you that isn't Doofus?
That's not my name. He seems genuinely confused by that question.
Oh no. Oh. It's all he knows.
It is something that someone calls you, but you could choose a different name for yourself or your friends.
Yeah, like a nickname.
How about a nickname?
I call Foster Shorty, for example.
And I call Grimmy my little baby cutie pie.
Oh. He seems to kind of like start to get it, and he's like, he really begins to think for a second. Like he's like, this tongue like sticking out of the side of his mouth as he like thinks. Book.
Love it.
Book. I love that name. We will
I'm
call you
calling him
Book.
I'm calling him Doofenshmirtz.
Oh,
Oh no.
I just punch.
No.
Push you off the porch.
I just punch him. I punch Dusk in the shoulder like.
That's all it took for us all to solve Dusk. Huh? Just
All right. All right. We'll call you. We'll call you
Piece of
Book.
shit.
That's then. All right. We'll be calling you Book then. How's that sound?
I like it. It sounds really cool.
All right.
Does sound cool.
Aww.
All right. Shorty. And he's like trying to like go down the list of the nicknames you gave him. What was it you called? What was it? You said one was Shorty. I'm assuming that's Foster. But what other nicknames did he give us, Matilda?
Oh, I mean, he can decide. Like, some people can call someone like a certain nickname. But, gotta keep in mind, not everyone but not the nickname that you give them.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
He had the rare ability to pick, any nickname he could have, and he went with Book. To be fair, he's a kid, so it made sense to me.
Book.
He likes
Book.
books.
Yeah.
He's just very bad at
Nerd.
studying. Nerd. But yeah,
No.
Give him time. Give him time.
Mm.
He'll improve.
Yeah.
So. Oh my god! I just realized what his last name is. Oh my god! All right, you got it. Oh,
no.
okay. Doofus Falk.
Oh.
What a great name. Anyways, so
I can't wait for this NPC who we've all formed tight bonds with to ruthlessly be murdered by the big bad evil guy in the final scene.
I hate
What?
you.
No.
Why?
I hope you understand.
Never.
I hate you.
I hope you
I mean,
understand.
I'm just pointing out the fact that you've
If we
opened
ever-
your heart to two like Grix is standing here, you got Doofus over there, like every small individual NPC that comes forward, you've all just opened your hearts to. I'm just saying.
His name is Book.
I hope you
Yeah, and
understand.
you'll respect his
I
name.
Hope you, I also hope you understand too that you have. See, I'm just gonna whack you on the side of the head. The giant woman and the mage over here will either turn you into something or rearrange your organs.
Look, I would never do that to you guys. Write that down.
Rearrange your organs a bit. Arvad could do that. But then again, you are 14.
Oh. Yay! Oh.
You're all
Nice
assuming
one.
that I won't put you all down on your asses before you get the chance.
Well, you can
don't
try.
need fucking power.
Really? You aardvark of all people want to really go there?
Listen, I may
Really
have
in front of his
alcoholism.
muscles?
I'm gonna call
I may
you.
have-
I'm gonna
may
call you
have-
the goat, but not because you're the greatest of all time, but because you've been in the grass that much time.
Oh,
Bold words coming out.
Them's
Bold
fighting
words
words,
coming
boy.
out of the. Very, very bold words coming out of the Raven reject edict from Lincoln Park.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can play too.
What's a Lincoln? Why is it in a park?
Yes.
Look, you're
that
so
green
precious.
it's that green guy following that elf woman. Don't really.
Mm. Anyways, so he does say, would you like to come in? Because he's looking now at you guys, and he's like, you guys have been there at the front door for a while, and he's just like looking at the rest of the
Oh.
house.
Yes, please.
As you guys walk past the door threshold, and he begins to kind of close the door behind you. He does begin to explain to you, I'm technically not allowed to have strangers in here, but I know your names now, so you're not strangers anymore.
exactly.
Bless.
I've gone to the graveyard. Sorry.
Oh, okay,
Where-
gotcha. So I just want to make sure the rest of you are heading on inside. Dusk, you are making your way to the graveyard, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just look at Matilda and be like, should I go after him before he actually becomes a member of the graveyard?
You would not have no. Can I roll stealth to see if I sneak away from him? That he doesn't notice me leave.
Arvad, we
I
can only
mean-
learn to stand up once we fall.
For the purposes of this, if you're trying to genuinely sneak away, you may roll a stealth check.
Why you have you like this, huh?
Yeah.
Why
I
you have
am
you like this?
I am average at those.
I'm failed.
That was a 19, but it didn't roll in the box.
Oh, that sucks to be you then.
That was a 19, and it did roll in the box.
Oh, you
I-
son of a...
Okay, out of this, just because I want to roll another perception, just because.
I'll say for the purposes of this, you may certainly roll if you want the perception check. Yes. No. So unless
Yeah.
anyone else is trying to contest it.
No, it seems silly to, try and fight. I want everything, so... If he wants to
Yeah.
scoot off on his own, that's fine. If he gets in trouble, it's his own fault.
Welcome to D&D, right? But anyways, so as the most of you begin to kind of file in, Dusk, you manage to just back away slowly and quietly before getting back on the
Where's
road.
Sensei in the
And
bush?
I am the shadows. Meld into this.
Oh my god.
rattle the cages.
Okay,
Jeez.
okay, Raj Al Ghul.
Anyways, so without too much trouble, you quickly kind of just fade into the equivalent of the background, and you immediately begin to make your way down the road towards the graveyard, which is about 5 to 10 minutes away. So I'll get back to you in a second, Seth. Dusk. I'm gonna focus on what's going on in here because you guys seem to want to have fun with this, so I'm down. All right. So you managed to file on inside. You look around, or what were you hoping to accomplish now that you're inside the building?
Since we're still technically waiting for the old man to come back from a walk, shouldn't we just sit down and enjoy? Shouldn't we just sit down and enjoy the grim scenery?
The grim scenery.
Well, yeah. I mean, given the state of this house, I'm imagining he either doesn't or can't afford housekeeping. Not exactly going to
He's
be
an
on.
old man.
Yes, you should have someone do some housekeeping, keep the house clean.
I start
This
cleaning.
can't be. Yeah,
Oh.
it can't be healthy for his asthma. He's gonna get asthma at this rate.
We can just
you-
cast lesser restoration, I guess.
Well, I mean, prestidigitation would be the way to go, by the way,
Yeah.
because
Just
I don't
snap
think
your fingers
lesser.
and everything's clean.
Well, not that fast. You'd have to. It's like you go little by little, inch by inch if you want.
Yeah.
But pretty much. So, Glitter, when you say you're gonna clean everything, out of curiosity, are you looking for materials to clean, or do you actually have the spell prestidigitation?
I don't have that spell. I'm manually trying to organize things and make it look a little less hoarder house in here.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's not like
Grimmery.
it's.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I was gonna say, does Grimmery have like a little apron on? But
Aww.
I'll keep quiet.
I'll say this. It's not to that point. It's not a actual hoarder home where there's like just plethoras of stuff just like strewn about the area. It's just it looks disheveled in regards to like some things are left out and about. Certainly, like on the table, there's several plates that haven't been moved over to the dish area, and you can probably tell why because a few of the dishes seem to be not necessarily piled high, but there are appear to be a few set inside the wash basin. Let's see, there do appear to be not just crumbs, but appears to be a bit of dirt and grime on some parts of the table. There do appear to be a few books laying about on the table itself. The floors are easier to kind of traverse. There's nothing there necessarily in terms of detritus or anything like that. It seems at the very least the floors appear to be relatively clean, if not necessarily dusted in quite some time. So it's just it's not a hoarder's home.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Ew.
you do find yourself a mop and bucket, as well as some what appear to be some rags that you may can help you clean this place. So it might take you a while to even clean one of these rooms, so you can certainly try if you want.
Where's the room where he's studying? Can I tell where that is?
You know it would be on the second floor, but past that, I mean, you have no real clue.
All right, I'm gonna ask Book. Now that I've got my cleaning supplies, where is your study room, Book?
Oh, sure. And he seems to kind of like grab you because his hands are kind of small. He grabs and wraps his hand around one of your
Aw.
fingers, and he begins to kind of
Oh,
pull you along. I'll show you.
ovaries.
Oh my god.
It's like my nephew.
This is coming out of the person. This is coming out of the person who is scared of having kids.
Well, yeah, but adopting
Mother
would be something else.
Mother instincts kick in, man. Like I don't pretend to understand it. They do happen, especially once kids are involved. I just understand that it happens.
It's that damned oxytocin.
So, with this kid leading you up to the second floor, you do see what appear to be 2 or 3 rooms up here, closed off by a door. His door appears to be a little bit like open. And when he leads you to it, assuming, do any of the rest of you follow, or are you guys just gonna chill out downstairs out of curiosity?
I'm going to chill downstairs. Just take a further look around.
Yeah, like oh fuck it, I'll join. Mother instincts kicking, and I want to see this.
I mean, so, at the moment, the both of you, Matilda and Azuli, you make your way upstairs. He leads you to one of the rooms that, once again, door appears to be ajar. There seems to be a theme here. He leads you inside, and within you see what appears to be a desk kind of set aside with what appears to be an open book of, what appears to be common letters. And a small little candle set next to it, or unlit. Nice little window that appears to kind of let in a bunch of natural light and seems to be open, letting in air as well. A fairly large bed, way larger than he has any real right to have, but he has a nice bed that is made at the moment. But you do see several kind of knickknacks and toys scattered about on the floor. For the moment, this room looks to be relatively clean. And I say relatively because, you know what a kid making a mess looks like. It's never
Yeah.
clean technically, but it
To them
is
it is.
comparatively a sight better than what you saw downstairs. He does have his own little wardrobe that seems to be kind of like kid size, and as you kind of like both of you like go to look around, and as he brings you closer to the desk where he was studying Zerulia, you see what appears to be on the wall against the door, or the wall that leads to the door, what appear to be drawings. You Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to best describe this. You know some of these, Matilda. One appears to be a bit of a woolly mammoth, or at least the equivalent of,
Oh.
with big giant white tusk of chalk of some sort or other driven in. Clearly drawn in his hand. And you see what appears to be a displacer beast in another, where it just has like weird black
Shit.
tentacles, like kind of extending out. And mind you, they're not super detailed. This is still a kid's hand, but you could tell you've seen pictures of these. You've hunted some of these before.
Is
And,
this like hinting at the fact that he might have seen those before, or is this like a kid having heard stories about a dragon and trying to draw a dragon?
I mean, impossible to tell unless you ask him. But clearly he knows about them. You're just not sure
Yeah.
how.
Oh,
And would you mind
Interesting.
rolling me a? Give me a second. I need to make sure what type of roll this would be. Would you mind rolling me a survival check?
ooh, I am good at those.
So is this kid
I
like
am
3 days away
terrible
from
at
retirement?
those.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Seth?
Is this kid like 3 days away from retirement or something?
No, he's not an old man in disguise as a child. No.
He's like Yoda without the speech impediment. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's something
I am
ironic
rolling a
about
one.
that? Something ironic about Yoda, right? He can actually
Yeah.
speak in actual, like Clone Wars confirmed this. He can actually speak in actual proper speech, and actually surprised one of the clones. He's like, "Wait, you can speak properly?"
He's doing it. He's doing it to fuck with people. Yeah.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yes, he is an
Oh,
old. He is an
jeez.
old man who likes to just fool around with people like that.
Could I just say to keep that shtick up for like over like 100 years or so, however long he's been with the Jedi like Order,
Yeah.
and not had anyone figure that shit out is just commitment. I gotta admit.
That dedication, man. So, back to what we were saying. I can describe kind of what it looks like. It looks like a big brown scribbling of what appears to be a four-legged creature and what appears to be a long, like kind of like dark grayish bill. You're not sure what it is that he drew here, but clearly he has some other animals that he has knowledge of, and I mean,
Yeah.
mind you, these are just a few of them that he has. Otherwise, I won't go into great detail. So now that the both of you are
I
up
getcha.
to, I'm sorry. What were we doing up here? There, Zerulia? You said you wanted to see his room.
I wanted
Or
to see
that-
his room. My plan was to be tidying up in there while he's trying to study, so I can kind of help him a little bit while we wait for Ekram. I know that's a little convoluted.
Yeah.
No. I'm glad. Okay, gotcha. And you were going to say Matilda?
No, I'm right there with him.
Okay. So, he does sit down and he begins to kind of like read, really happy that he has you here. You see his feet like kicking up in the chair, his feet being too short to really kind of like
Oh,
get on the ground, but he is kicking in place as he's like reading. So, you begin to pick up some of his toys and you see a small little chest that seems to be at the edge of the bed. And when you kind of go to open it, you see what appears to be faux teeth made out of some kind of plastic or some other thing. Something these teeth that are open meant to make this chest look like a mimic. They're safe to the touch, don't worry. But you begin to like pile in his
he
his
decorated
belongings.
it.
Yeah.
I kind of jumped slightly at the the pseudo mimic box, but then I'm just like, oh, you, and then continue.
Yeah. So
Oh, did I get you?
Oh, you're gonna make me. I thought this was an adventure, not to answer to fight monsters assist and get glory, not feel awe.
Yeah.
What can I say, man? Like, I little column A, column B.
The real monster was the sadness inside that we're now fighting with wholesomeness.
Crawling in my skin.
So this will take
That's why
about.
Dusk is the real enemy.
Is he though, or is he just really in desperate need of therapy like the rest of us?
Oh, he's in the biggest fight of all of us. Puberty.
The fight of his life.
The horror. The horror.
Aw, poor little guy.
Aw. Don't worry, he'll kiss a girl on the cheek someday.
And even maybe
This is me
hold
talking to
hands.
Seth, not even like a... Hold
How
hands.
scan? How
Do you know, at
scandalous.
this point, if you look outside the window, you see Dusk being eaten by a giant frog and not fighting back.
What are you, Aqua?
Oh, geez. Yeah, from Gazbaze Konosuba. Oh.
So. I don't know how much cleaning you're really gonna go for here, Glitter. So I'll just assume for the sake of brevity, about 5 minutes pass of you just picking up toys, probably cleaning whatever nooks and crannies they might have missed here. Are you gonna try to clean the graffiti off the wall or no?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Just checking. I didn't know.
Graffiti?
I mean,
drawings.
the drawings. I called them graffiti, but the little drawings he's clearly done in his hand.
Oh.
When I do get to those, like when when my attention gets to those, I do ask him, did you draw these?
Yeah. And he immediately, like, almost without compunction, drops what he was doing, and he immediately, like, kind of goes to point them out and be like, "This is a blepus, Cato blepus." And by the way, that's the one that you unfortunately couldn't identify, Matt.
Oh.
This is a mammoth, and then over here, and he just begins to kind of like name them one by one to showcase the drawings he's apparently very proud of.
Oh wow, did
I
you
like
see
them.
these in a book? Sorry.
No. Is it the Lamb? I think. Go ahead.
Did you see these in a book or?
Oh, Ekram told me about them.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
I like the drawings.
You
You did
know-
a very good job.
Yeah, I like the
You-
mammoth one. I've seen one in real life.
Really?
It's a very good
And he-
drawing.
well, tell me about it.
Big, way bigger than I am. Bigger than the house. They
Really?
have long hair, long tusks.
He seems to be eating out of your palm. Like he's just he nothing of the rest of the world exists except for you and your story.
I keep telling him like because I collect stories and stuff. I just tell him like a story about a warrior having befriended a mammoth and being able to ride one and stuff, and them being besties. Yeah, like a boyish
say-
being through and through.
Gotcha. I'll say another probably 5 minutes. So just this kind of goes on. Once again, for the sake of brevity, of you just telling a few minor stories here and there, and just having this kid get captivated at your every word. Arvad, you are downstairs. Is there anything in particular you're going to be doing down here?
I'm just looking around, just wondering to myself how old this house is. Oh, because since he gave us the job, and after the horrible experience of having to fight an entire swarm of birds, I'm still mad about that. I'm also wondering, is there more to the old man than he's letting on?
I mean,
His
all valid
prowess are a
questions.
wizard.
I mean, there's always a possibility he is that. You guys know nothing about Ekram other than the fact that he's your technical benefactor and the man paying you for this job.
Yeah.
So Nomad, these are all valid questions. The question is are these just the ones you're pondering, or were you planning to investigate and figure this out for yourself?
Yeah. Just pondering for the time being. I'm going to be direct when we see the old man.
Gotcha. By the way, after you had walked in, the 5 little contraptions that defend this house all kind of scattered off in their own different directions, and more or less kind of went into quote unquote standby mode. The bat, kind of finding once again its roost in the rafters. One of the the little worm on 2 wheels kind of like zipped off to find its home under what you can now tell seems to be underneath the rug. But except for one of them, the little almost like circular gnome begins to kind of make his way from one of the corners of the room and then literally sits at your foot.
Oh.
No.
I just
Adorable.
look at the thing and I'm just like, just thinking of this. The old man is not only a magic user, he's also an inventor.
Maybe you don't know. Like you guys literally don't know anything about Ekram. So I mean, obviously a decent assumption to make, but I can neither confirm nor deny any of these ponderings of yours.
Who knows, young Highlander?
Yeah. It might be something. There's definitely more to the old man than he's letting on, but for now,
We should be sure to ask
wait.
him when we have the
Yeah.
chance.
yeah.
All right. So, with Arvad in the bottom floor, just kind of pondering questions himself, with a small little clockwork gnome kind of keeping him as a companion, and the both of you upstairs helping helping keep this kid entertained, the doofus.
His
Finally,
name is Book.
his nickname is Book. His name is Doofus. Okay.
No.
So,
My name is Dende.
Oh,
little
no.
green.
You keep his name out of your mouth, or I'll send you to meet King Yama.
So,
Ooh.
Dusk. It doesn't take you too long. It's about another 10 minutes, I'd say, to get to your destination of the graveyard. You could clearly see once you kind of like open up the gates and, make your way past them, you see towards the center where you had initially met him beforehand. He's just sitting there, more or less, kind of like contemplating, enjoying the solitude of staring at the obelisk in the dead center of this massive graveyard complex, cemetery. When you approach, I'm assuming you're gonna go talk to him, or are you gonna leave him to it? I think you're gonna.
Yeah. I'll approach.
He looks at you and he says, "Hello," and he kind of like pats the what was it, the marble bench that he's sitting on, so he where he could sit, assuming you take it.
I'll take a seat. Yeah.
It's good to see that you're not dead.
That's kind of direct.
I don't plan to be seeing the mistress anytime soon.
Do you hold her directly in your heart?
Always.
Good lad.
Anyway, you'll be pleased to know your problem has been dealt with.
And he does kind of go, once you say that, he does begin kind of like rummage inside his many folds inside the his robes, and he does pull out what appears to be a letter, and he says, "Yes, one of your individuals informed me, or at least informed me about the trouble. I warned the guards and everything. I assumed if you had returned, you had already taken care of the problem."
He's not holding that letter out to me to take, is he?
Oh no, not necessarily.
He just has it. He just has it open.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I mean, you could certainly be an asshole and be like, "Yeah," and just reach out and grab it. But I mean, he wasn't-
You, are you well connected?
Hmm?
Would you say?
In what ways?
You seem very, at least have the ear of the constabulary, the local guards here, or at least have an ear to the ground for curious cases.
I buried their loved ones for the last 2 to 3 decades. I'm not liked, but respected at least.
Would you possibly have seen or heard of people going missing? Not in the sense that they were perhaps spirited away or natural causes that took them, but more like criminal elements played a part.
I don't know about the criminal, but I do know of some individuals who have been lost to the fog. And he kind of gets up, almost like stretching, because he's old man and his back probably hurts. Give me a second. My roommate's turned on the AC, so I'd like make sure I close my window so that way I can enjoy it and not let it out.
Cool.
It's all good.
Not a problem.
Get that AC.
So, anyways, he does begin to continue after he stretched a little bit and then sat back down. He does say, "The fog over there," and he points like in the general direction of probably further up the river than you had initially taken. Give me a second. I don't know how to show you. Give me a second. Let me pull out the assets real quick. Oh, okay, sorry, not further up the river. That's actually more towards the center of the lake that the river feeds into. He points in that general direction and he says, "There's an eternal fog that has stayed there since I've been here. And anyone that enters usually doesn't leave."
Oh, that's concerning.
I smell something. I smell something darker brewing.
Yeah.
Criminal or not, though, I have no idea about that part.
Stick a, we can come back to that. Perhaps this, and I pull out the handkerchief with a symbol on it. Does this perhaps ring any bells?
The symbol, I'm trying to remember as your DM, what symbol would that be again? Or what does it look like?
So it's an initial. It's like an initial for the. Fuck, what was it again? It's been a while. I believe it was a. It's just a letter, but I don't want to be accurate.
Where did
Was it
we
an
find it,
H?
Seth? Maybe we know.
No,
I
you
think
don't.
this is more of his backstory stuff. I'm
This is my
trying to
backstory.
remember it. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Sorry, I'm
Because I
trying
ha-
to remember.
Yeah, I think Zulu got it right. It was an H.
He looks at it and like really studies it for a moment. And he says, "I can't say I know of this, but if you're looking for the criminal elements of the town, well, I mean, there aren't that many. Maybe a few hoodlums here and there who occasionally traffic, illegal substances here, but nothing of a true, genuine crime syndicate. Not here in Beer's End, at least."
It was a long shot anyway. I'll put it away.
If you're... Oh, sorry, he does interrupt before you continue. He does kind of put his hand on your shoulder and he says, "If you are looking for dangerous criminals, though, I would recommend you go up to the city, just northwest of here. You follow the roads, it'll take you there. The city of Lodi."
Okay, good to know. Well, it was a long shot anyway. I suppose we shouldn't keep the others waiting too long.
What are they? I'm surprised they haven't showed up yet. He looks like
Wait.
he's looking around.
They've apparently taken a liking to your companion.
My son?
That's
That's
the one.
his son.
Oh boy.
He called him Nufus, though.
I mean, you guys don't know how this relationship came to be. He's just,
No.
you know, he calls him his son. Past that, no idea why.
I know.
Anyways, so he does
So-
kind of get up and he says, "They're at home, aren't they?"
Yes.
Uh,
Sorry, could I get the name of that city again?
Lodi. Lodie.
Thank you.
No.
And does that forest have a name? Forest of Woe.
In the forest? You mean the fog?
The fog mist area.
I mean, we just only called it the fog.
Is there a... Just I'm a bit curious. Is there a sort of ongoing push to find out what's in there? The fog, I mean.
I'm not interested in it if that's what you're asking. And I think most of the townsfolk here would rather avoid it.
Hmm. How far is it from sorry, DM, how far is it from here right now?
The fog? Let me do some real quick measuring. Give me a second. Because I
It's
know
real
it's...
D&D, folks.
Yeah, the figuring out distances. Always the fun
Yeah,
part.
looking up tables and stats and shit.
Let me see.
It's where it was in this book.
Or was it in the other book?
Oh. Let me see. Let me do some measuring real quick. From the city of Beerzen, or town, sorry, I should say. The edges of it appear to be, according to my measuring stick at least, about 2 days and a few hours change worth away.
Oh, hey, Tara.
Hmm.
D&D means distances and direction.
Oh god.
Interesting.
But yeah, about 2 days worth away. So there's still quite a bit of lake to explore and quite a bit of river. But it's when you start seeing the fog that, you might want to be worried.
Right.
Is anyone else getting Silent Hill vibes, or is it just me?
What?
I mean-
No, never.
I mean, it's called the Mad Marshes. I didn't expect it to be named after me or anything.
I press X to doubt expeditiously.
No. Yeah, but I understand that we have to potentially go there. I'm still... I know I'm running ahead of myself here, but I want to find out where that... I keep calling her the Red Robe Woman, because Game of Thrones or whatever. But whoever gave those weapons, or like the weapon and the insight to the orcs, I want to know what that bitch is.
Yeah.
Because she means trouble.
Yeah, another great mystery for this campaign.
We're just assuming that she hasn't done anything to us directly.
Right. Us engaging with some orcs that would have no problem raiding towns and probably killing us. Wouldn't possibly hurt us in any shape or form.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just in the
Do I
we
need
were
to set
just
you
in
up with a
the
villain
area.
again?
We were just in the area when that happened, technically. So it's not technically directly aimed at us.
No, but I'd much rather live because just much like you, I have some vendetta of my own that I wish wish to accomplish.
He has got his own missions.
Yeah.
I will be right back, my dears.
Take your time.
Okay.
So, I guess we're busy teaching Gobby.
You're teaching. Yeah, you're teaching book. I am doing some thought, some inner monologue, and some severe judgment on this man's house and how the home
He lacks
association
discipline.
is gonna grill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the home. Yeah, called in the brothers from the HDTV because they need to fix this house.
All right. So you are on your way back with Ekram in tow, correct? Oh my lord, Dusk.
I didn't know the crow was named Toe, but sure.
Oh my
So-
god.
With him
There's a
closing
crow?
the iron rod gates behind you, the both of you begin to make your way back onto the road and then back up the road back to his home. We'll quickly pan the camera back over to Maddie and Glitter and Arvad. So, Maddie, you are still regaling this kid with tails.
Mammoths and animals and shit, yeah.
Yeah. At this point, he's kind of sat on the bed, and I mean, he prompted you to sit with him. Up to you if you did, of course.
Yeah, sure. If I don't break the bed.
This is a fairly large bed, and I mean, certainly you have a large frame, but not enough to like, unless you start
It's a
jumping up and
sturdy
down
box
it.
spring, yeah.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay, well,
Welcome back.
I pan the camera back to you guys.
Okay.
So, at the moment, Maddie and Doofus are right now sat on the bed. Out of curiosity, what are you doing, Zerlia?
If I'm done cleaning, I'm probably looking at what he was studying to see if there's any way I can help him with it.
Oh yeah, no, easily. You just kind of like you begin to flip through the books, and he's just doing very basic common letterings, and he does seem to be really or relatively eloquent enough to speak. It might just be his inability to write words down or understand how grammar works necessarily. It appears to be a grammar book where he's just studying how to, write stuff down.
Okay. I don't imagine we have time to like teach him to read or anything. Or teach him to do this.
I mean, that would take several weeks. I mean, and there's nothing stopping you from, you guys are, like I said, are in free roam, so it's just a matter of you guys, like, kind of meeting up with these people and picking up your gold, and then obviously speaking with Yenzo about, what's kind of going on. So, it's up to you guys how you want to spend your guys' off time from adventuring. So just keep that in mind. You can certainly, volunteer to help with this if you'd like in the future. But before all that, I will say, like I said, you flip through the book. It's just a bunch of conjugations and a grammar book. It's a conjugations and grammar book in front of you, alongside some letters. It's essentially just being taught how to actually write, even if you could already speak it.
Zerulia, we should really, put Grix and Dusk through this as well.
School, you mean?
Make teach them how to read and stuff.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
But no, that's a bad idea. I don't like that idea.
Why not?
I don't need to write. I'm already good speak.
Well, you can
Zerulia,
speak and learn more. And I just sort of boop his forehead with my finger. There's a lot of room left in that forehead of yours.
You could put stuff in
All you
foreheads.
can be. Be all you can be.
Besides, beyond that, there are other things we could teach you, and I cast light in my hand just to show him, like, hey, we could do shit like this. Ooh.
You can immediately like see him immediately kind of get gravitate towards the light. He tries to reach for it, but naturally his hand just goes through the
Oh my
spell.
God, like a cat in a red dot.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Can I just point out that is that the spell you use or the innate one?
Probably the innate one. I don't know.
That's cruel. You taught him something he can't do. Like you just
It's
we just
a
naturally do
cantrip.
that.
He'll learn fine.
I mean, okay. For instance, imagine for a second, right, that you're a shadow creature that can use magic, just like to meld into the shadows, right? And you show a little boy, hey, look, little boy, you can do this, and you melt into the shadow. But that's just a racial thing that you can just do. But he can't do.
I was thinking of the cantrip, but you're making me feel terrible, you bastard.
Thank you. I try.
It's such a Seth
Well,
move
we
to
can
do.
tell.
Again, just remember the DM, and you have the DM and two other female characters that could very easily instigate certain things, and I'm just gonna whack you on the head with the stick. Just remember that.
Aw. I'm gonna have to buy like a ruler, not for measurements, but for whacking him on the ass.
What are you, a teacher?
Thank you, Hex.
At this moment,
I mean,
Well,
I thought modern day schools didn't use old school discipline anymore.
it's a good thing we're in the oldie fantasy times. Besides, Dusk would probably enjoy it. He seems like
Will
the
he
type.
Is he though?
Hurt inside, pain on the outside.
Projection, Your Honor.
Projection, Your Honor.
Wait, are we playing D&D or are we
You
playing?
just said.
Wait, are we playing D&D or are we playing Legal Eagle?
Legal.
Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney. You just see Seth in the blue suit. Objection!
Oh.
Alright. So, a few minutes do pass by before you see the door, Arvad, begin to immediately open and the forms of Ekram Falk, and suddenly, now, well, I mean, you noticed after a few minutes that Dusk wasn't with you, so you weren't sure where he was, but apparently Dusk is also framing the door frame as the both of them kind of like shuffle inside.
It's just like, there you are. And then
Were you talking to
turned to the
Dusk or Ekram? I just want to be sure.
Dusk.
I turn back to look behind me and look back and point at myself.
Yes, you.
I said I was stepping away for a while.
Uh-huh.
You really need to listen. And I walk past him.
Fucking
Wow.
gaslighting him.
Wow.
Holy Christ.
I just turn around and look behind him, and I just shake my head. It's just like, that boy's,
a real
that
teenage
boy.
dirtbag.
I'm just like, I just look at my head and I just think, teenagers. I come to the old man and just be like, Mr. Falk, I trust you are well.
Same creaks and pains I had yesterday, I'll have today, I'm sure. And
Alright.
he does begin to take up one of the chairs and sits, motions for the both of you to kind of sit next to him. Well, the other companions.
They're with your young ward upstairs, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Can you go get them? I intend to reward you.
Right then. Dusk, stay with the old man until we get back. I just go up, start looking around, and I just hear Matilda talking about stories, and I just knock on the door, being like, "Hello."
Oh, hey, Arvad, we're just talking about mammoths.
All right. I see. Well, the old man is here and is ready to reward us. So.
Good.
Oh,
What was he?
He's home?
Yes, he's home, and he was Apparently he was in the graveyard. He was in the graveyard with our runaway barbarian.
Wait, who ran away? I
He
thought
ran
he was a
away.
cleric.
He just left. Long and short of it is, he went off on his own, ran into the old man, and now they're back. So, since he's here, let's collect what we are owed.
Yes, Lance. So
Right,
we can
DM
pay
question.
Foster for some armor.
DM question. This building, this isn't like a showroom for his. He's an undertaker technically, but is he like a? Does he also build coffins here as well?
You mean like his workshop?
Yeah.
At the moment, on the first floor, from what you could observe, there appears to be a second floor, and an entire room like kind of cut off and walled off down here on the first floor. I mean, there might be a chance he does do his workshop stuff here, but I mean, unless you start like actually physically exploring the rest of the domicile, you have no fucking clue.
Okay. Nah, just curious.
Start going through his shit while he's standing there.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, let me just open this door. Oh, I see. This room seems pretty cool.
So really a no.
Aw.
I mean,
Wait,
technically, you guys did
Always
explore.
cleaning.
Yeah, you guys did explore technically 2 rooms. One, like the main foyer, which is like very open concept, where essentially the kitchen, the dining room area, and the little stovetop to the side to kind of keep the place warm. It's all kind of one area, except for that one walled off region, like to the far right corner of the house. And then obviously it has a second floor, so you know you don't know what he does here necessarily, other than being the undertaker of the establishment.
Was just curious if it's both doubles as the what do you call it, funeral directory and the actual house.
Oh, I would have loved it if the goblin was named Paul.
Like Paul Bearer.
All there.
Yes.
I like Doofus better.
Because he
I
was the
still-
Undertaker. It's just funny.
We will continue. In the meantime, we will continue to call the little guy Book, just because.
Hmm.
Seems Block. Like nickname is
Yeah.
Buck.
Yeah.
So, before the both of you, by the way, Zuri and Matilda, could actually make your way downstairs and through the doorway, even, you do feel a small tug on the fabric of your clothes right next to your legs. And you turn to look and you see Book kind of holding on to the both of you, and he says, "Will you come back and visit me?"
Poor sweetie. Especially if you stick to your lessons. And Zerulia and I will come and check up on you now and then.
Absolutely.
But
Okay,
only if you're
okay.
able to, okay?
Okay, I'll study hard.
Good.
It's a good boy.
Thanks. All right. Take care
Aw.
now.
Leckheart is doing the funnies.
I see red flags everywhere.
I see death flags, like, really just, like, being planted here, dude. Like, Jesus, this guy's doomed.
No. He's just a
Bambi all over again.
You've doomed this poor
Oh.
fucker.
Bullshit. Please, can we at
Millions
least?
of
Can we
ruler.
at least? You know, I'm just seeing so many splintered timelines, and some of them are good, many of them are bad, and some are just going to leave more emotional damage that'll last 20 lifetimes.
Sure.
So he does let go of you guys now. After you had said that, he says, "Okay, I'll study right now." And he immediately kind of like waddles on over, gets into the chair, feet kicking pretty excitedly as he begins to open his
Aw.
book.
Cannot wait to come back anyway.
And he walks. Oh. March.
Just a little guy.
Yeah, this little boy.
Just a little guy, but big emotional damage, just like I
Yeah.
planned.
Um,
Hex,
I address
Turn on PvP.
Ekram. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said Hex, turn on PvP.
Oh,
no.
no.
In the
Address
top left of
Ekram.
of our screens.
Health, just a giant health bar appears.
No, please. We don't need the Dark Souls music playing, please.
Yeah,
Wait,
the
what?
emotional damage.
All right.
Um,
So the three of you begin to.
You
make
fell
your
for the
way
oldest trick in the book.
Oh God.
down. So you're trying to also
So-
say Maddie, but the three of you are going downstairs.
Yeah. So, Akram, I trust you heard what we've accomplished, yes?
I imagine what you accomplished. I haven't heard too much.
Oh, well, you were right. We met with the orc threat. We almost lost Arvad. But he was heroically battling a force on his own.
Twice, by the way.
And he... Was it twice?
Yes. Although to be
Oh,
fair,
okay.
to be fair, those orcs are pretty tough.
Yeah. Then we managed to assist in a change of leadership, and as a return favor, a promise was struck that the new chief would lead their tribes to the north to hunt great beasts like the mammoths. I also took it upon myself to ask for a sending stone in case, to keep in touch and establish positive relations between Beersend and this tribe, which Yenzo is aware of. Was he aware of it? Like, vaguely, I guess. Furthermore, we have learned that there was a woman, a magic user, who had the ear of the former chief, and who had bestowed wicked-looking weapons to them. At least one. We believe that she was partly to blame, if not fully to blame, in directing this orcish tribe to these parts. Also, Robin Witchhunter, thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
Oh.
And how did you find us?
Oh, that's a friend of ours, actually. Hey, Robin, how you doing?
Hey, Robin.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, a personal
Hey,
friend of
Robin.
ours. We met through streaming, and we occasionally raided through. And I didn't realize.
Oh,
Welcome to the D&D
okay.
campaign.
Yeah, buckets of D&D.
Welcome.
And thank you for the
Yes.
raid.
And feel free to enjoy the chaos that is about to raid on the Mad Marsh adventures.
I mean, so far it's been pretty wholesome.
So far today, yeah. Don't worry, I planned the emotional
Today,
damage
at
in the
least.
future.
I say it's
Oh,
coming.
No.
Other folks
Also
gonna
my
fall.
ass.
It's D&D.
You what now?
Nothing.
Wholesome my ass. You've been trying to get me hooked up with random strangers.
Yeah.
Every
actually.
opportunity you get.
I do that every game, though.
I was also almost inappropriately touched by orcs. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but you didn't let them, so you were a good
To be
boy.
fair, to be fair, look at the bright side. At least, if nothing else, looks the orcs think you attractive.
Thing
Are you
is,
trying to say something
14,
about
so
me
there's
personally?
A slight issue.
I didn't say anything. I was just saying the orcs found you attractive. There's nothing beyond that.
Yeah. So, anyways, you were explaining this to Ekram Falk. I think you left off on the weapons and stuff that were promised to them.
Yeah, we still have it with us. Foster has it on him. Perhaps we could show it to him. Would you be interested in taking a look?
I don't see why not.
Okay. I have Foster hand it over. Perhaps you can make more of this. If we can find any trace of this woman, it would be helpful. If anything, this is now your problem, but anything we can help you with, you can hire us again. But we have a bad feeling about her. Like, she spells trouble.
Yeah, she's able to create she's able to create conflict between orcs of all people, and that conflict leads into your town. We can assume that she'll be doing it to other towns, if not whole nations.
As you're explaining this, and I'm assuming with a little coaxing because it's Foster, you managed to get him to pull the weapon out and lay it down on the table in front of him. He's still listening, but his eyes do kind of go wide as he then begins to pull out of his little pouch on his side what appears to be a little pearl that seems to be kind of like some amount of gold's worth. And he begins to kind of roll it in his hands as he's still listening, but he is beginning to chant, and his eyes are beginning to kind of glow a soft white as he is right now casting a spell. He is running his index and index and middle finger along the top of the blade, all the way down from where the blade meets the haft, and all the way down the haft to the rest of the haft of the weapon. He's chanting the entire time as you're explaining the story to him, and he says, "This is very dangerous."
Yeah,
Where
we figured.
Where did you say he got this from?
We got it from the former orc chief, who in turn got it from this woman.
What does this woman look like?
We have no idea. We haven't seen her.
She was basically described. The most we got out of what she was basically described to be this very, shall we say, very charming, able to get at the former leader's audience, and was very influential.
Yeah, she wound him up around her finger.
He begins to kind of scratch his chin pretty hard. He says, "This is a broken artifact you've brought to me."
What artifact?
Icarus Spring. One of a set of many weapons. And one from a set of many weapons and armor.
Whose armor? Or
that I do not know. But I do know this. This was meant to arm somebody to fight anybody. Fight demigods, even. It was initially meant as a challenge to the gods themselves to make something that someone could use. So something to show favor.
It's a good thing we haven't used it then. We were told it was cursed.
Some of these little artifacts are cursed. But most of the time they bring nothing but boon and ruin to those who wield them. Don't show anyone this unless you don't value your lives.
Right.
So-
Would it be a good idea then, gang, to leave it to here with Ekron?
Hey everybody, gather round, come on, there's enough space for kids, come look at this!
God damn.
He does pipe up when you immediately ask that. He says, "I'd prefer not to hold on to it, to be honest."
Okay, I will... under the watchful eye of our group, maybe we'll give it to our artificer again. Perhaps his brilliance will strike and we can find a use for it in a positive manner. Or, if need be, lock it away and destroy it.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. I think Foster's Us's bag should be able to keep it for now until we can find a proper place to store it, like some kind of old weapons cache. Hopefully somewhere where no one will ever find it.
And trust me, he can be very stubborn and bitter about such things. He will not let it fall into the wrong hands, like orcs or other raiders.
Just be very careful. Many have killed and died over things like this.
I look at Dusk.
I'm checking out my fingernails.
Yeah, just that remind me to get you a better weapon, yeah? Right. Then I guess if you no longer have need of us and we've accomplished what we set out and more, I guess payment is due.
He nods his head. Thank you again for your service, for protecting the town. I appreciate your efforts. And he does begin to kind of like meander away into the closed off room, which he does take out a key for, by the way. So he does take out a key and he clicks it into place, and you hear the unlocking mechanism before he kind of opens the door and closes it quickly behind him. All of you don't really see what's behind it. I mean, because of how the room is set up. So unless you really want to take a quick peek and like move quickly and see what's inside before he closes the door behind him, you can, but
I do also, but while he's opening the door, I do also ask. So, I've noticed around your estate you also have these mechanical machines.
yes, what about him? And he does begin to close the door before he was about to pass the threshold after he opened it, but then he begins to close it again and he turns to you.
What? Since after the last time we met with that test, you seem to be pretty powerful on your own. Why have these machines around you?
Can't be everywhere at once.
Fair enough.
This is how I make sure my son and I keep our home safe if I'm not here.
I see. So,
Oh, you mean like the guardian thingies, right? Nomad?
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
Warring Guardian.
so,
Look into these.
Zoe, an undertaker and an inventor. Is there any
Not
other?
an inventor. I didn't create these things.
Really? Then who did? I'm curious to meet them.
An old friend of mine.
Well, if he's ever in town, or if there's by some chance, Nancy's still around, I'm curious to meet him. I have questions.
We're not really on speaking terms, but if they happen to be in town, I'll point them out to you.
Thank you.
Interesting.
He then...
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, what?
No, it's alright, my voice just clicked up. I said interesting.
Yeah. So, ultimately, he does go into the room, and assuming nobody tries to take a quick peek before he closes it behind him, he disappears for a minute while the five of you make idle conversation amongst yourselves. The door begins to open again. He closes behind him, locking it specifically with the key that he produces from inside the folds of his robes, and he makes his way over to a lot of you with what appears to be a bag of some form of currency in his hand. He dumps it on the table, and with just a loud clink, and he says, "Go ahead and open it if you must."
Arvad, if you'd like to do the honors.
Right then. I open the bag of money. I open the bag and see what's inside. It's like just
There
sees a
do
flat-
appear to be 100 gold pieces. Kind of like, as he kind of like starts sifting through the canvas pouch, and you see 100 gold pieces and what appear to be 5 platinum pieces, kind of like placed on top, maybe hastily added or something. But it is 150 gold technically here, with 5 of them being platinum.
Wow. It's just like I just look at this and nod, close the bag and say, thank you, and a pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you for keeping my town safe. The 5 extra platinum pieces are my way of saying thank you.
Well,
Just grab
much
it back.
appreciated.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't, and I sort of look around, and I mean no offense, but I hope this isn't taking too much out of your own pocket.
empty. Thankfully, being the only undertaker in town makes this, pointing to the, essentially
Got enough
motioning for
business?
he disheveled Stouch, and he's like, yeah. You could tell he's, with that being the only one in town, he probably makes quite a bit of coin.
Okay.
I would imagine.
Okay. Fair enough. And, yeah, okay. Well, if you need us, we'll, be going to Yenzo for a debriefing. And, yeah. Call us whatever. We can do most jobs or whatever we're most suited for. And, we promised your son we'd visit him sometimes to help him with his studying.
I'm sure the little one will appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess we'll go out and split the money. I don't think I've got enough for a new set of armor, but it'll be fine.
Probably not, but hey, 20 extra gold in your pocket. Well, I mean, I should say, 20 extra gold pieces plus a platinum piece in your pocket, goes a long way, in some places. Maybe not for a new set of armor, but certainly at least enough to, keep you living a cushy lifestyle out here if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Ekram,
Enough?
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
go ahead.
Ekram, I wanted to let you know your son enjoys the nickname Book, if you wouldn't mind calling him that from time to time.
That's right. Yes, why did you
Book.
call him Doofus?
He seems to kind of almost be embarrassed by the idea of that he got found out. He does kind of lean forward and say, when I first found him out in the wilds, he was trying to eat a stick, and
Oh.
I thought that was a very strange thing to do. So I called him Doofus, and I guess I never wanted to call him anything else.
And he responded to the name. Yeah, I get that.
Julio just nods in understanding, just like, yeah. Okay.
Might I suggest
Kids,
he's young. Might I suggest a
Yeah.
few words of encouragement?
I try.
They should be
I'm
kicked.
not really meant to. I'm not. It seems like he seems a little bit flustered. All of you could roll me an insight check if you'd like to kind of get an idea of why he might be flustered by this.
Yeah.
Alright.
That would be a 16.
Oh.
Come on. 13.
All right. Unless Dusk is planning to roll, are you planning?
That's none of my business.
All right, fair enough. So it's fairly obvious to the three of you. He wasn't trying to hide or anything. He's an old man who's suddenly thrust in the role of being a parent to somebody who's not his kid. He is 110% out of his depth, but he's trying.
Well, that's something.
The fact that he's trying says a lot, about the very least
Yeah.
to the rest of you about his character.
Oh, yes.
Don't worry about it. We found this one eating a bunch of rocks, so we understand.
Are you pointing at Foster?
You know I am.
God damn it. I needed that. Thank you.
I just whack him on the shoulder. It's just like be nice.
I give Ekram a little pat on the shoulder, too. Or not a smack, but a pat.
Just hit him immediately, how dare you be a good father?
Blam!
But yeah, he kind of for probably the first instance you've seen of him, you see his shoulders sag a little bit, and he just kind of nods, and this is probably the nicest you've ever seen him. And then he immediately unsags his shoulders and says, "All right, get out of you, all of you, out. I don't need this." And he starts shooing all of you out.
All right.
He's just an old man.
Mhm.
Thank you, Ekram.
And
Thanks again.
shut up.
Just
And then he closes and slams the door immediately. Once all of you cross the threshold.
Aww.
old soft. I just turn around and say, old softy.
Yeah, he was nice. I like him.
a sudden bucket falls from the second floor. Just begins to land in your general direction. I'm joking. That doesn't happen.
I was about to say.
Does it land on Dusk?
No, it does not land on Dusk. This has never happened. But if you did hear it, you would have probably have launched something at you. But for now, the 5 of you are right now on his porch. It's relatively still early in the day. It's still morning. This took all of technically probably in-game time, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So it's about 10:30ish. So it's still relatively early in the morning. You guys have quite a bit of time to kill before you would like to meet with Ienzo. So what would the 5 of you like to do from here? Would you guys just like to skip time and immediately go to Ienzo and talk to him, or were you guys planning on? Did you guys have anything you'd like to do beforehand?
I'm going.
Uh,
I said I was going to meditate. So I'm gonna do
Okay.
that. And
could
also
you,
get
with the... Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Tar, I thought you were done.
Yeah, I was gonna say while I'm meditating, I'm also thinking about other things while looking at the new metal flask that Foster made for me.
Mind you, it has been a day or so, and I'm assuming at some point you probably rinsed it out a little bit, so that way at least the gunpowder that was probably stuck towards the detritus at the bottom of this makeshift flask, the taste is gone at the very least.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to be drinking gunpowder whiskey unless it's going to be used in a fire technique.
oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Actually, what the hell?
Yeah.
Write that down. Write that down.
Maybe it'll be a move. Maybe I can develop that in another training arc.
All right.
So I know this is a beer making town, and I'd like to bring this idea to you. Your company, it would really benefit your company. It's called Fireball.
Jesus.
Trademark.
Yeah, just creates a fireball. Just like you think one fireball is gonna stop us? No. Oh, but a long stream of fire will. What?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright,
Your
so
face on pretty well.
Arvad is going to be meditating and probably cleaning a little bit more of the flask of the last bits of detritus, of gunpowder detritus from this gourd. What about the 3 of you? I mean, there's technically 4, but so I'm going to assume Foster sticks around with you, Matilda, for now.
Well, I'm gonna ask if you could put in the party sheet 150 gold and then divide it up with the button.
Okay, wait.
So we
Party
can
sheet.
have
Let me. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Order. Is it XP? Yeah, okay,
it's
gotcha.
inventory.
Okay, gotcha. Inventory.
Should already be like 204 there.
Yeah, 204. All right. So I guess I'll just add.
354.
Let's just. Yeah, I'm gonna do this 204. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That's what it stands for to the left. Okay. Yeah. All right. 5 of these, and then another 100 here.
And
Oh
then
my
you
God.
can easily click the button and it divides everything.
Oh. Okay. How? Sell items. No.
The button below that. There should be like an arrow button, I think. Right, Seth? Yeah, that's it.
It, for some reason, it kept one of the
Uh,
platinum pieces. Weird.
Why do we have
ma-
two sections that are gold pieces?
Yeah, I got that too.
Maybe the software got greedy.
I'll have to look into this.
Mm-hmm.
But that's 80. Oh, I have enough then. 3 platinum pieces. It's like, yeah.
Wait, you have 3
Okay,
platinum pieces?
I have 3 in total now.
Where did you get the
I
other
had
2?
2
Because
before.
oh, you had to. Wait, where'd you get the 2?
You know.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't remember.
Starting gold, probably.
Okay, maybe. All right, I'll leave that alone. I don't care. I'm just like surprised you had 2 other platinum pieces. Like, where'd that come from?
I mean, even if you take those away, I still have enough, I think, for the next hour piece. But I'll go over that with Foster. He was pretty adamant on fixing up mine.
It is. I do have one platinum piece left over because, to be fair, Foster. I don't know why, but Foster's portrait was up on the top left, but it's no longer there. And
No, I don't think he has a character just yet. That's probably why.
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't
okay.
have a
It's an actual character.
Okay, so it should be a little less gold than you guys have been given technically because you divided
I'll
between
spring
5
him
of
some.
you.
It's fine.
Got it. All right.
He should be making more effort to finish his damn character sheet then.
I just need his spell sheet again from him. And
Yeah, and
it'd
then
be
he should
fixed.
be
It's
fine.
just that.
Okay, no worries. I'm not gonna worry about it now. So, let's focus on the D&D portions rather than the mechanics portions. All right.
Yeah.
So, Arvad, I know what he's doing. What are the 4 of you with Matilda having Foster in tow? I'm gonna start with you, Matilda. What are you gonna go to?
Kinda wanna go to the market. And hang on, let me see. Equipment. Armor. What am I wearing now? That's always like the chief concern. Chainmail. That's 75. Damn it. Oh, splint is 200. Oh.
Sorry, buddy. I mean, you could still look for it to see if there's even an ability to access it because, not just because the armor is there in the player's handbook, it doesn't mean there's a supply here in town.
No,
Kind
I
of like
know, I
magical
know.
items. Yeah.
I was going to ask our artificer to make it for me, but even then, like, I'd need to pay at least half. And I'd like to pay a bit extra because if, a party member is doing the effort. Why am I hearing a piano?
Piano.
Is that my lo-fi? Sorry.
It's
It's
beats.
like just beeping and booping.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
beep,
probably
beep,
the 3D. Oh, that's probably the 3D printer behind me. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah. Ooh, got
Yeah,
one.
no, I'll probably stroll the market with Foster, see if he needs materials or whatever. And, yeah, just make a day of it, I guess, until we go to Enzo. Matilda
Alright,
just
so
dragging
really-
Foster around by his collar all day, asks Tara. Well, yeah. I know what kind of shenanigans he gets into. And technically, I'm his bodyguard. Like, he did hire
Bodyguard.
me.
Yeah, bodyguard, supervisor, that's
Yeah,
what else?
kinda.
And let's also
Like,
not
if
forget
I'm hired to keep him out of trouble, I mean,
Yeah, let's also not forget occasional pelvic breaker.
Oh my god.
he did ask for that.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways,
I'll spare you the details.
so you're gonna be going to the market just to peruse the wares, I'm guessing, right?
Just, yeah.
All right. And Zoralia, what were you gonna do?
Well, first, because you redeemed it and I forgot to turn it off. Arara.
Yay! Yeah, she said the line. Wait, why'd you?
The
Why,
wordings.
why would you want to turn off the ara? I don't get it. Why?
Because we're playing D&D.
No. This is the best time to do it.
You want to send some poor soul to the hospital, don't you?
That
Yeah.
is the idea.
You're going to have some poor soul here that get a heart palpitations and they have to call they have to call 911 and prep the property and be like, how did this happen? Somebody said hit 2 magic words to him and he fell.
We all gotta die sometime, man.
It's too early.
It's too early.
At least live long
Oh.
enough to where you can reflect on life and say, yeah, this was good, before or succumbing to heart palpitations.
All right.
By the way,
So
Glitter, what
Zoralia,
is YLTLM? Glitter?
What is what? Oh, you like that little man.
Oh.
need to turn that off,
okay,
too.
I get you.
yeah, no. Keep it there. It's there for all of us to, redeem if we want to. But all right, Zoralia, what are you doing
Um,
to kill time?
I am going Before we quite leave Ekram's house, like I leave the house, but I turn and make my way towards the graveyard once it seems that we're all splitting up.
Okay, so you're heading towards the graveyard? Alright, cool. And then Dusk, my boy, my good time pal. Where are you going?
Good time, boy.
I feel like if I say I'm walking away, you're gonna jump me with something now.
I mean, there are frogs around the
Why would
area,
you-
man. You never know.
Why would you walk away?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm going. Hmm.
Yes.
No. That's bait.
Going
That's
no.
what that is.
What's it bait?
I'm this close to going and exploring that forest. Or at least not exploring it directly myself, but putting a plan of action to check out that mist. Sorry, the forest of mist, or whatever you want to call it.
It's on the lake, so I don't know what forest you think you're going to run into onto the lake, but hey, there's sure. Yeah.
It's not. The forest is the forest. The mist is on the lake.
It's on the lake.
Not alone, I hope.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying this. The mist is on the lake.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was sort of in the lake, like that area. Like that's where the lake is and the forest and whatnot. And it's like
Oh,
an actual.
God.
It's on the actual
Dusk
lake
walks
itself.
into the
Okay.
ocean and was never seen again.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Oh.
He's not look. He's going through hormonal puberty. He's not stupid.
He's,
I hope.
he's very special, I know.
I'm already waist high in the water.
Just waist high, just keeps walking. Just
You're
let
so
the water
small.
claim him.
Of course.
Okay, now,
Plus, it is about 2.5 days. Like I did mention, like sorry, not and a half.
It's 2 days out, yeah.
2 days plus hours and change. So, it's not exactly something within any immediate easy walking distance, unless you suddenly tell me, "Hey, I can teleport." I just bamf out of here.
yeah, alright. No, it's fine. Could I visit the
Imagine
blacksmith?
Imagine teleporting. How broken the game would be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's eventually something you guys will be able to do if that game goes on long enough. And you were asking something about a blacksmith there, Dusk?
Yes, I'll visit the blacksmith.
Okay. I mean, you've seen like 1 or 2 forges around here inside the town of Beerzen. This is a farming community. You imagine they probably have quite, a bit of business here, and you know where they're at because you've traveled across the entirety of this town several times, and they're not very hard to find because if nothing else, the black plumes of smoke kind of coming out of their chimneys, kind of like signals where they're at. All right. So you're planning to visit what was it, the Forge Masters around here?
Yes, I suppose so.
Okay.
Just something cool.
I will
Just
start with.
inquiring about weapon creation.
All right, I'm gonna go to each of you because you're all technically spinning off in your own directions. So I'm gonna start with you, Dusk, just because technically it's not too far from where you're gonna be. The 5 of you kind of like travel up the road and into the town proper itself, where there do appear to be guards, kind of like going to and from areas. They appear to be more lively and alert as of late, due to most likely your warnings about the possible impending attack. Thank Foster for that, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
So, and the few people that are out and about, they appear to be like huddled in clusters, so it's no one's traveling alone out here. All of you kind of begin to split up as you make it closer and closer into the town. And Dusk, you find your immediate destination within the first 2 to 3 minutes. Easily, there's a few dwarves. It seems to be a team of them that seem to be kind of like working right now to hammer out what appears to be a few axe heads meant for what you could see to be several rows of wooden halves, most likely for chopping down either wood or some other kind of material. There also appears to be a few spades being made, that appear to be in the process of being cooled down. It's your typical forge shop. I'm not gonna name this one particularly because I don't feel like there should be a name for these. So you walk on in. What were you hoping to accomplish?
I wanted to inquire about getting a custom. I want to say custom, but basically a sort of. I want to order a club essentially, but altered for my
Okay.
needs.
Club, like a
Interesting.
metallic one.
Basically, yes. This is just a weapon. I'm looking for someone to create. Basically, it's basically a. I'll go over it with you outside of the game, but
Okay.
it's like a great club. I'm just want to inquire the
Like a
price
Tetsubo.
and the time.
Or like
I
a
forgot
Morning
the-
Star?
No, it's like essentially like a bat. I'm just looking for like a.
Okay, so
the
yeah,
Asian
Tetsubo.
Tetsubo thing.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
the,
like
the
like the
spike-
Stella
Yeah, well,
Claw.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So it does take you a few minutes to kind of communicate what you're exactly trying to go for, because they were initially, as I'm sure the rest of us were, confused when you're like, I want a bat or like a club, and I'm like, those are made of wood, and then you clarify
So,
a metal one.
I'm looking to play like minor league baseball with it. Just an
Jesus.
adventure on the side.
I'm
Big-
like
big
how
fan.
you're leading into your boyisms.
Take me out to the ball.
All
right.
Okay.
They do quote you though at a few. It would take about 3 or 4 days as they have other orders to fulfill ahead of yours. I'll take, and we could like after the game, or maybe if we get to it, I'll give you a quote. But for now, I don't have a set gold quote. It's not gonna break the bank, but I will say it will cost a little bit because the material alone that will have to go into making it. Okay.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. I'll get back to you in a second. But essentially, for now, it takes you relatively some time, and you probably just end up relaxing, watching them just kind of work for the next few hours before you have to immediately leave to go speak with Ienzo and with the group in Ienzo. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just spend my time hanging around.
All right, Arvad, you sit down on the roof of the Lazy Stock, and you cross your legs. You begin to meditate, and you do this for about a good hour, an hour and 30 minutes, I would say, before you hear somebody. You got into the mantra, and essentially the world is kind of like tuned almost completely out, but you do hear at first just a small and then suddenly words begin to kind of form as you start coming out of the trance that you're in, and it's like, hey you, get down from there, it's not safe.
Huh?
And you open your eyes and you see down below what appear to be 2 guards, both of them carrying spears and shields, looking up at you, kind of shouting down from down there up to you and say, you can break your neck if you fall.
Just like, thank you. Don't worry. I'll be coming down on momentarily. And I just think to myself, I should have stuck to the tree.
Alright, so do you immediately make your way down, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just make my way down. Try to explain to the guards that terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
I mean, it's no
You're,
trouble.
Like,
We're
really
just
flashy.
yeah, just jump down and do a few backflips. They do speak to you and they say, it's no trouble. We just don't want you getting hurt.
Yeah, I appreciate your concern. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, and then almost like just as they're about to leave, one of them kind of like stays behind and motions for the other one to kind of stay. Where are you from, anyways?
Oh, I'm just from a distant land, and I'm one of the adventurers that were called to help you in your orc situation.
Oh yeah, Yenzo mentioned some individuals came from out of town. I'm guessing you're one of them.
That is correct.
Okay. Just try not to stay on roofs all that often. Stay safe and stay out of trouble.
Of course. Thank you again.
Yeah, of course. Have a good day. And he kind of like, reaches out to, clasp your hand in a handshake.
I also reach out and shake his hand respectfully.
All right, of course. And then afterwards, you guys exchange a firm handshake, and then he kind of like motions goodbye before they both meander off.
All right. Because and I think to myself, I keep forgetting I'm far from the monastery.
Yeah, this would be normal behavior anywhere else, but most people meditating on rooftops, you're starting to realize that's not a normal behavior, at least to others.
Yeah.
So thankfully you still have about 30 minutes, so if you want to do some more meditating you can before you have to head off, or you could just kind of head off in that direction and just wait for the rest of the group if you'd like.
Yeah, well, since I'm out of the trance anyway, might as well head off.
Alright.
I make my way to the nearest rooftop.
Yeah, with you, I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my god!
I'm pretty sure he's
Sorry.
gonna go on the roof and then you'll just take a nice breath of fresh air only to be whacked by a magpie. Magpie just flies into his face like goes, "Ah!"
No.
And
Not
he
again?
just and as he just removes the bird, he just falls off the roof going, "Ah!" and lands into a pit.
Oh
Yeah.
god!
A pit of he
Yeah.
just lands into a pile of hay like the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, just lands
Just-
in there. Whoosh.
Yeah, just not very gracefully.
And people are just like, wow, that was amazing. Yeah, I totally meant to do that.
Planned.
Yeah, this
Just
is
like,
all
nailed
according to
it.
plan.
It's like nailed it.
Alright, so
Oh.
with this in mind, alright, Zerulia, I'm moving over to you, buddy. So, what were you doing again? Just remind me.
I've gone to the graveyard.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, it's relatively empty. You do have to push the doors open, but, you mash past the wrought iron gate surrounding this compound area, and you close them behind you. What are you intending to do in particular?
I'd like to look around for anything that is like reminiscent of the Raven Queen. Like I imagine there might be something in a graveyard like that.
And you find a few motifs and some offerings to the Raven Queen here and there. It's not like this is necessarily a place of prayer. This is more just kind of like from what you understand about the religion, considering you're a part of it, that most graveyards, though they're not places of worship, there is still honor done unto her in the forms of, small little offerings, whether it's just like pieces of food like bread or whatever, or flowers. They do have a few statues devoted to her that are kind of offered in order for them, supplicants to beseech her and her reapers to kind of bring the souls of their dearly departed loved ones and help them cross the River Styx where they may be judged. So you see the like motifs and you see these statues scattered throughout the graveyard. Some ranging from like small little statues of probably no bigger than your foot to just giant ones that might even rival like how big some of the other mausoleums might be that are set here in this graveyard.
Okay, I'd choose one that's
Oh,
kind
it
of.
can be like maybe mausoleum. Sorry, I know. I just realized once Madeline said that, I'm like mausoleum might be a little large. Sorry, more like just small little buildings here. Like small crypts. Crypts. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not that huge.
I seek out a statue that's about mid-size, maybe not much bigger than I am. I go to it, I kneel, I place my sickle down, and in the middle of the like semicircle that my sickle makes, I put a stick of incense and I light it. And then I have an amulet that is a silver-plated raven's feather. And I put my tattooed hand, I wrap my hand around that, and I do some silent praying to my queen. I'm feeling a way about my my plan BT and everything that's happened before then. So I'm just sort of gathering my thoughts and getting at peace with myself and my queen.
Oh boy.
All right. So you begin to pray, and you go through the mantras inside your head.
Thank you, my
I'm
queen,
sorry,
for the
I'm-
hobgoblin peen that was bestowed upon me.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
So, as you begin to pray, and with your hand like wrapped around your medallion, yeah, you do feel a sudden warmth that occurs after about 10 minutes of this prayer. You feel your tattoo begin to kind of like warm up, and you feel your left eye also particularly begin to warm. You see, once you open your eyes, I'm assuming you open them to see what's going on with your hand or your tattoo.
Oh
right?
yes.
You see each of the pieces glowing a very soft glow, kind of like each piece is a piece of firelight, and then the rest of it kind of like haloing these the symbol on your hand. And then you see something strange from your medallion that you have in your hand. You see what appears to be a strange reflection. It's very hard to tell, but because this is just like a mirror-like silver sheen, and you can't really get too much detail. But you can see your eye. Something's happened to it. You're not sure what.
Oh, well, this is concerning. I sort of wrap up what I'm doing and decide that perhaps I need the aid of my party members because this is strange.
Mhm.
So I wrap up and I head into town.
All right, being a little teensy bit spooked, I'm guessing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, with you immediately begin to leave, stopping your prayers momentarily, spooked by this occurrence. You pocket your silver medallion to the Raven Queen, and as you're walking, you begin to feel the warmth from your hand, and your left eye begin to kind of recede. So by the
Interesting.
time you manage to reach the gates, it has cooled, and your hand is no longer glowing.
I look back to where I had been before, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of what's happened. So I decide that it's maybe it's time to go ahead and just rejoin my party members and maybe talk to them about it.
All right. I'll say you probably take a very scenic and very what's the word? You take your time on the scenic route back to the guardhouse where you're more likely to meet Ienzo and the rest of your party, just for the sake of time. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. That's Dusk. That's Matilda. Wait, I haven't done Matilda yet. Sorry, you're right. All right. So Matilda, last but certainly not least, you'd like to accomplish your thing before we.
I was in the city and with Foster and stuff, but I would like to, if possible, help teach Grix how to take care of Bacon and how to handle him, whatever. Like brush him and like feed him like carrots and like just a bag of potatoes and all that kind of stuff.
All right, and you're doing this within the limits of the city.
Yeah, like I would assume that Bacon was stapled next to the place that we were residing. So I'm kind of like, just in the stable with like a brush and just like, while he's grunting, just going over his bristles. That's
And you
basically
only
it. Just teach him how to brush, teach him how to feed him, not be scared.
While you're doing this, can you do me a small favor? Roll me a perception check.
Try. Percepcion. Ooh, that's been a while. I should be relatively good at this. 21.
Oh, okay.
So, I'll say this. You're relatively close by the market stalls where you had initially bought some of these carrots and these other fruits and vegetables to feed to Bacon, your mount. as you're sitting down and after a few minutes of just, having small talk with Foster and, feeding this creature of yours, you see out of the corner of your eye, somebody brushed past somebody else really quickly, and then, the other one began to kind of stumble onto the floor. Almost like he got pushed pretty hard. And
You got mugged or something?
maybe, you're not sure, because once the individual that pushed past him and knocked him to the floor passed, and he doesn't seem to have stopped, or he's just continuously going, the man who's on the floor begins to kind of groan, and he's trying to crawl at the moment. He appears to be like putting one arm over the other, and he kind of pushes himself onto his back, and you can see what appears to be blood flowering out onto his tunic from his stomach and beginning to kind of like, really spread and pull out.
Shit. The other person that was running away, are they within like arm's reach, or are they heading my way, or?
They've ducked down into an alley about like 70 feet away. They're at the moment out. They are out of your eyesight at the moment.
Shit, do I have anything to sort of like stymie the blood with? I don't think I do.
I mean,
Usually
are you
rely
gonna make
on
your
other
way
people.
over?
Oh wait, hang on.
You're with Cody, right?
Yeah,
I'm with
Foster's with
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
So he has his medical
He has
supplies
syringes, I
as
know.
well.
I head over
I don't
with
think-
Now,
I don't
now,
Foster.
hold on. Now, the question is whether he's going to charge the guy to use one to save his life.
I don't think
Listen,
I
if
don't
we-
think impaling people with a stab wound is going to be the best medical decision right now.
I mean, it is if it magically closes up.
Yeah, if somebody's got
take
the
a-
ability to act magically heal, yeah.
So basically,
Yeah,
Cody created magic stem packs.
Kind of. He's an artificer. He needs to have mundane explanations or technological explanations for his magics.
Touche.
But
Yeah,
for
but he is the American healthcare system, so pay up first.
Pay up first up front.
Yes.
Damn.
That
I
hurt.
pick up
Don't worry.
Foster by the collar. What? Like
Oh,
he's
hi,
like,
yeah.
not. Oh, you just imagine how this is going, right? Like, no, I want to pay 2 silver, not 5 golds. Like that.
So you
by
pick
the
him up.
collar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I carry him like a bag of potatoes, and like a rugby player, like run over to like the man who's just been stabinated and bleeding. I shake Cody to like fix it. It's like okay.
I'll say this: I have no idea if he has the actual ability to heal or anything because I don't have his character sheet.
Oh. He's healed me before, and Arvad.
Yes. Somehow.
I think I know what you're talking about, but the problem is I also don't know if he would want to heal this guy.
Tell. Just.
I keep
just
shaking
get-
him until he does.
Yeah.
Okay,
or
you see, there we go. We convinced him. All right.
I mean, another
Oh.
alternative could be you could convince him you can get his pelvis broken again.
Violence is always the answer.
I meant the fun kind of breaking. Since that worked
Let me
perfectly the
check.
last time.
Let me check my background flaws here. Well, my bonded, it is my duty to provide children to sustain my tribe, so.
Oh boy.
Do you remember that scene
technically
from
you've
Men in
already done
Black?
that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene
Which
from Men
one?
in Black where Will Smith starts shaking Frank the pug?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Now, was that Will Smith? Wasn't that,
No, that
No,
was Tommy
was
Lee
also-
Jones actually.
Oh,
Tommy Lee
well,
Jones,
Tommy Lee
yeah.
Jones, he technically did, yeah.
Yeah.
Cody's like, ah.
And-
He's like, all
Ah.
right.
oh, okay, I'll do it. Okay.
all
I
right.
just sat
So
him down,
he-
like, do it.
He proceeds to heal the man in front of him. Mind you, he was like a hair's breadth away from death, so it was probably good that you shook him immediately and he did it. You see the wound immediately to kind of close up, and upon further inspection, now that you got close to him, you do see there was just a big, nasty, just like one single cut in literally where his navel is. Yeah,
I thought
somebody
this was
clearly
a nice,
did not
quiet
like.
little town.
Apparently not so quiet.
Damn.
You don't know what this was. You just know that this man just got stabbed, and mind you, you healed him, and he stopped groaning from the pain that was occurring from him, and he's kind of like patting at his navel where the tunic is kind of torn, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm all alive." Oh,
Yeah, are you okay, sir?
Holy. All right. I'm all right. I'm all right. Jesus.
Sure, you took a nasty stabbing.
Yeah, I don't. Did you see the guy?
Barely. They ducked away into an alley. It seemed more, prevalent to save you, but,
Son of a bitch. And, by the way, now that you also have a closer look on them, this man was wearing a cloak. A black cloak with what appears to be kind of like brown tunics. You could see that in his on his belt, besides a small little coin pouch that he had, he does appear to have a dagger. And would you mind? What was your perception check? It was 21. I'll say because
21,
you're because you're on a little bit higher alert than beforehand. Go ahead and roll me another perception check at advantage.
ooh, I love advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Natural
Damn.
20.
Lovely.
So you offer your hand to kind of like help him up now that he's feeling better, and you clasp like arm to arm, right? And you feel something underneath, somewhere on his bracers. He is wearing leather bracers right now. And you feel what appears to be a hidden dagger just close to where his elbow meets the rest of his arm. There's clearly a dagger there, and you see another dagger on his
Okay.
belt.
He's got a hidden
This-
blade.
Yeah, he's got a hidden weapon.
Ooh, embrace with like an attached dagger. Ooh.
Stay strapped or
Um,
get clapped. What can I say?
Oh, I thought he was just.
Jesus.
I thought he was just one of the assassins from the
Yeah.
Creed.
It's you. It's yours. It's you.
Nah, this ain't that
As
too.
a ki-
I found his
I'll
hay
just
bale
answer.
earlier.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I was just saying, like, you keep your weapons to yourself. Huh? Don't forget who healed you.
Oh, sorry. And he kind of like turns bright red as if he's a little concerned that you felt his hidden weapon up his van brace.
Don't make it
Or sorry,
too
his
clear, but yeah.
I-
He'll say this though. He says, "Thank you." Anyways, and to describe what he looks like, he does appear to be a brown-haired human with what appears to be green eyes. His brown hair kind of like in a small little mohawk, not pointed or anything, just like a full-on like Stegosaurus like strip that goes from the top of his head to his back, and he does have what appears
Okay.
to be a small little ring piercing on the side of his lip.
Sounds like a punk version of Atreus.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's like, did you have
Anyway.
any enemies, friend? Like, who would have stabbed you just like that? Did they take anything?
Probably a few. I mean, you do your work here and there, and people bound to hate you for it.
I mean, I can't deny that, but still. Best to know why. Like, was it just a mocking, or...
I think I have an idea what it was about. And he does begin, after saying that, he begins rummaging inside his little coin purse and says, "It's not much, but just here." And he hands you about what feels like 10 gold pieces, probably split between you and Foster if you like.
Yeah, I'll take 5. Are you gonna make a note of it to give him 5, or shall I?
I'm not gonna remember. Wait, give me a second. I think I can do this. Let's see. Game notes. Nope. Loot. There we go. 5 gold 5 extra gold pieces to foster. Payment
there we go.
for healing. There we go. I'll leave that there. Hopefully he reads it and remembers, because I might not remember. But yeah, he says, "Let it never be said Zelric doesn't pay his dues, or those who do him favors."
Okay. Well, friend, my name is Matilda. This is Foster. He's the one who jabbed you with the needle and healed you. But I'm assuming I shouldn't tell this to the guards then.
I'd prefer if you didn't. And then he begins to kind of close his cloak around his midriff, because it is now just completely stained with blood, so he probably doesn't want to walk around like that.
Yeah.
He does close his cloak, and he says...
Be careful your step, huh? As in, be careful who, so that you don't get stabbed again.
I'll remember that.
Good.
If you ever need help in the future, don't be afraid to ask for the spiders. And he begins to kind of walk away.
I'll keep that in mind.
Uh-oh.
Can't wait for the reveal in 12 sessions that Zelric is this universe version of Hitler.
And just real evil bastard.
You just want to suffer in this game, don't you? And drag us all in the process.
Anyways, so
I thought you were gonna say what's the guy with the ink blots on his face?
Rorschach.
Rorschach.
Rorschach. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, interesting. So we probably have some sort of a new network connection with a gang or
Contacts.
something.
who knows? You don't know who the spiders are. And I mean,
I'll have to ask around.
yeah. All right. So, with that in mind, you managed to finish out the rest of your day, kind of surprised by what just occurred, feeding your trusty mount, before also inevitably making your way to the guardhouse. Once time has elapsed, the 5 of you meet up, one by one, arriving here. Before the 5 of you kind of push open the door and go inside, and you see right now Ienzo speaking to several guards, setting up what appears to be patrols. The town map itself, a detailed town map, set up on one of the corners of the room, and he does appear to be kind of giving assignments out to several of the people who are kind of huddled and gathered over in that corner with him. He does see you and he acknowledges you, and he kind of holds up a hand and pretty much says, give him a moment. It takes him another 5 to 10 minutes before majority. Oh, go ahead.
I was reacting to what you said.
Yeah. But he managed to finish out his meeting that he has right here before dismissing most of the people here, and they all begin to kind of vamoose in different directions, whether it's to sit down at desks that are nearby or whisk themselves away to other rooms in the establishment, or even just walk out the main door that you guys had recently come through. Essentially, this wave of people just disperse before the 5 of you decide it's probably good enough to approach, and you make your way over to him in the corner of the room, and he says, "Well, I have some good news and some bad news."
What's the bad news?
Yeah, what's the bad news?
The bad news is you're being honored.
How's that bad?
Would it being what?
You're
That's
being
bad?
honored. I'll explain. And then, but before that, the good news, I have been approved to give you your reward.
Great. So
And with
great.
that,
Yeah.
and with that, I was hoping to end the session, actually. Just being told, hey, good news, bad
fine.
news.
I feel like
If being honored is the same like in Skyrim being a thing and then having to pay taxes, yeah, miss me with that.
yeah, I'll just be like, I'll just go to the king or the tax collector and be. I don't suppose, you could exempt me from this tax due to religious practices, would you?
Sadly, no.
Tarsus.
But yeah, essentially with that, I think it's a good way to end the session, and then to have you guys enjoy the next one coming up. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do stuff to y'all.
I'm scared because I've already He means somebody that didn't suffer, get severely injured, or suffer from emotional damage.
Oh, damn. In the meantime, I've gotten a few, oh god, yeah, okay. The regular, posts. This time from a lady friend of ours.
Ooh.
But not from their bits, from other people's bits. Thanks. I'll have a look at it later. Shall we do something else to pass another hour? Otherwise, I'm good with just cutting it here. Given how tired I am. I don't mind playing Dead by Daylight if you guys are up for it. But that's entirely up to you
Look,
guys.
I'm gonna hear you complain them all tomorrow, so you better get some rest.
Eh.
I think if it's late for you and you need to get some sleep. Some sleep.
Yeah,
would
I
be in
could do
order.
that.
Yeah, there's always
Okay,
Dead by
well-
Daylight will always be there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. For the 13th, that's like next week, I think. I'll put a post in Discord asking for people who have other ideas for like group and party games and stuff. Because, or do we want to do Monday and Friday, Dead by Daylight? Like you want to do like a special Friday the 13th stream, right?
Oh, that sounds fun.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we could do that.
Well, if you have the time and the energy for it, yeah, I'm down to join you guys on the Friday.
I mean, Friday is typically like I run off my week. I'm not doing any Warhammer next week that I know of. Like the painting tournament is over, so. Yeah, I'm just looking for maybe to replace Monday then next week with, I don't know, predator hunting rounds or something else that's like a fun. Oh, Tara says Tara owns all the Friday the 13th films too. Can stream. Yeah, but can we stream and watch movies on Twitch? I don't think that's allowed. I don't think that's allowed.
I mean, I've
Under
seen
certain
people streaming
circumstances,
shows
no.
and stuff, but I don't know movies.
Because I was thinking like because I know Space Marine is like this Friday or something. Maybe
Yeah.
I could just stream Space Marine if that fucking works with my rig. I hope so. Please let it work. Otherwise, yeah, I might do something else on Monday. If we're doing Friday as a special like Dead by Daylight stream. Would be kind of silly to do it like 2 full streams a week, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, mostly if you have the time and also more importantly you have the energy for it, stream. If not, take some time off, get some relax. Maybe, I don't know. Just
You know, I was thinking about going to like a spa next week.
go for it.
If
You work
if
hard.
my supplier allows me to, he called. I mean, he called me. I called him. And he said he hasn't gotten his parts yet, but regardless, they should arrive tomorrow. And even if it meant for him to work after midnight and around the clock, he was going to make sure I get my parts on Friday. So that's very nice of them. It's also someone I went to college with, so I know that if they promise me that, they will make it happen. So
good.
that's a nice feeling. So if that happens, I might have the week after. It could be a bit slower for me. Or if the client says, oh yeah, no, we're happy, start producing a lot more. Okay, then that's fine, but that should be only a few phone calls, so. I was thinking about going to a spa. No pictures though.
Dang it.
I have talked to Seth. He's in, as you know, in a voice now. We're gonna see if we can't do some render work to do some extra like material for the vault. I like to commission stuff, but money doesn't grow on trees.
It doesn't.
So we're gonna see if we can't like enhance like photo shoots I'm doing on Other Life. And maybe add some graphics to that, and we'll see.
I mean, you always know if you want. You also want some stuff. I can always make some more stuff. since I
Yeah,
already do
sure.
it up.
I'd love
on
to
a
pay you,
Saturday,
though.
so- Yeah, I mean consider this one a freebie.
We'll get
This
to
one I'm
know.
willing to do. Yeah, this one I'm willing to do off free of charge.
Yeah, well, sure, okay.
Bro, go on.
We'll add some stuff to the, we could talk about some stuff then, and add it to the vault, and then maybe, like, release it for free on, like, Twitter or something after.
Yeah.
Also because I want your name out there more. I want your handles, your socials out there, because you do good work.
Thank you.
That said, I look forward to tomorrow. Another scene with Matilda on Skyrim. And, other than that, a lesson. We were talking, about hatred, today. And I feel like there's a really good lesson in there. Especially since these days we're touching slowly onto, the section where the pendulum swings. So I feel like I should choose my words very carefully because hatred is like a really sort of taboo word these days. But let's talk about the pendulum. When you have a person or a child or whatever, and you really push them in one direction, the natural inclination is for the pendulum to swing the other way eventually. From one extreme to the other. The less of a push you give, the less of a pendulum swing you'll see. And this happens with people, this happens with society, your communities, like most things, right? And sometimes a pendulum takes years to swing, right? I myself was raised very, very conservative, Catholic, very traditional, and look what happened to me now. I'm very liberated in several ways. And another example is that I'm very, very open-minded compared to what was taught to us in school was a very sort of like liberal, again, I don't want to go into politics, but view on language, where our government basically allows for teachers to make fun of children who speak in dialect. And we have a lot of dialects and accents. Like every town over, you have a new heavy accent. It's almost a joke at this point, but the west side of the country cannot understand the east side of the country. Like it is massive. And for even today, like for the longest that I've known, we've been made fun of for speaking anything but proper Dutch. ABN, Algemeen Beschaafd Nederlands. And that was an attempt for our government to try and, have the entire country understand one another, at least on the Dutch side. Now, that pendulum has swung so far in one direction that it is now coming back again to the point where anything that is spoken in terms of music or movie production or in poetry, anything that is in ABN, Universal General Dutch or whatever the fuck is the translation, is considered cringe, lame, and is avoided like the plague by anything but old people. So keep in mind about pendulums. This happens with friendships. This happens in company atmospheres, socializing. This happens in anything. Even in market, like for economy reasons, even in markets, you see this happen. Keep in mind that a pendulum swings. When you see somewhere something happening and the pendulum is pushed in one way, eventually it will be pushed into another way. And we'll touch on that in, you'll see that in future examples I might give, especially when it comes to hatred or with emotions or dealing with mental issues or, Trust me when I say that it has a point, and it is for the betterment and self-improvement. Mostly, and I'll give a direct example, and Glitter and Seth, and you guys in call, you might know this, or, you know, these days it's more of a common fact. For the longest time, from both men and women, it was accepted that, oh, if you're sad or unhappy or you're dealing with issues, just plow through it. Don't fucking, don't give it any attention, just ignore it. And nowadays, thankfully, we are allowing the pendulum to swing back into another direction, and we are putting more emphasis and credibility to self-help and improvement and mental health and all that kind of stuff. So the pendulum is a real thing, and you'll see that maybe pop up in a few more topics that I'll be able to give. So with that, keep going to the gym, keep resting. I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite. But I promise I will rest and eat healthily because loving yourself starts with treating yourself better. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have fun. And yeah, have a good evening. Bye, guys.